G'day everybody, we are coming back live from the Australian-New Zealand Team Championship 2025. I am here with Lachlan Booth for round 2. We have Western Australia playing into New South Wales. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it should be really exciting. A couple of very, very big teams. A couple of Australian players on both squads, so it should be a really interesting matchup, you'd think.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely keen for that. So we are here about 15 minutes before the round kicks off. You can see on the ISO shot, teams are starting to filter in. Everyone's had a lovely lunch break. We've slammed a bit of grub and we are back here to get ahead of it. So let's have a quick look down the roster for each of them. I've got Western Australia and you've got New South Wales.
Yeah.
Let's start with WA. And then we'll go through New South Wales and then head into a bit of an interview with one of the TOs for the weekend. So Western Australia lineup, team captain Courtney Hill. We have Callum German, Team Australia player on the Deathwatch. So any notes on the Deathwatch list here? Pretty standard, I think.
Yeah, look, it's pretty standard. The Centurions are relatively new, so yeah, it's big bricks, lots of damage, pretty standard.
Yeah, we've also then got Courtney Hill, the captain on Orcs. Believe it or not, Mordaka.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that.
That is it's a pretty staple of it. I think every team has a Mordaka Orcs, as you would expect, for what's probably the best attachment in the game. We then have Harrison Darge playing Leagues of Votan. So these guys are the single Ioneer champ with single 5 Terminator list. These guys have the 6 of the Thunderers, basically, the Thunderkin.
Yeah, nice.
So that's the list there, and otherwise it's generic stuff, double land forts, 4 Sagis, all the Zerks. It's pretty good. Then we have John Edward on Chaos Demons, and this is the triple Great Unclean One, or 2 Great Unclean One and Rodigus, plus good stuff.
Very tough list.
Very tough list. It wants to put a bunch of bodies on points that will not die, and then they'll stay there for the rest of the game. We have Jordan Beresford, who is just standing ominously near the desk. Jordan Beresford on Eldar. Yep, there he goes. Jordan Beresford on Eldar. You can see him walking past the camera right now. There you go. Playing pretty standard Eldar with triple Wraithlord, which is the interesting pick there.
Yeah,
so that's kind of cool.
Definitely see that in Yunari list these days. It's either triple Wraithlord or you cut it for other stuff, but he's gone for the triple, so that makes sense.
Then we've got Lachlan Rigg on Adeptus Custodes, playing the triple Venatari. Playing triple Venatarii brick, so that's pretty cool. Then you've got Matt Crosby on Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah, lots of Accursed, I believe, in that one. Pack ban, I think.
Yep, and then we have, last but not least, Michael Horton on Imperial Guard. So, pretty good lineup. Definitely not as focused of a team strategy as Queensland was, but a bit more flexibility in how they use team pairings. So you can definitely flex to more opponents.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it should be definitely an interesting one. They've got a decent amount of Horde in there, but then, pretty well rounded, you'd think.
Yeah, we'll cut back over here just as they get set up for pairings. Do you want to run down how New South Wales are looking?
Absolutely. So New South Wales, at the top you got Alexandria and Glacios on Adeptus Mechanicus, so whole bunch of AdMech bodies looking to just put OC on the board. Blues playing Hunter Cohort, so lots of OC. Got Ben Cookies on the CSM, what's the extra attachment called? He's got Emperor's Children. He's got the...
this is the Veterans of the Long War.
Veterans of the Long War.
Oath of the Moment.
That's right, yeah. So lots
this is what we talked about last night. This would be cool.
Yeah, with the Oath of the Moment. Got Brodie Middleton on the Astra Militarum. I think it's a solar watch list, so lots and lots of tanks on that one. Lots of scouts on the Caskin and whatnot. So he's looking to play a heavy primary game there.
Yep.
We've got Greg Manatee on Eldari. So I believe that's another Yunari.
Sure is.
Yeah, you're going to see a few of those as well. Got Jordan McGregor on Imperial Knights. So that's a heavy spam of the dogs one. I think it has a Immolator as well with some sisters, so it's got some sticky. It's not just dogs, but it's got a lot of dogs.
Sure does.
Speaking of a lot of dogs, Chaos Knights, obviously. I believe that's a 13 Chaos Knight list, no allies. So that's just pure carnage. Gotta love it. Michael House on the Orcs, that's another Dakar.
Yep.
Get a Dakar, pretty fun. And last but not least, we've got the Space Wolves from Woody Woo. Lots of Wolfen. I think Max Thunder Wolves. So that's not going to hand people in.
Not quite max.
Not
it's,
max. 12.
I believe 6, 3, and 3.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So 12 in total, but 3 units.
Yeah,
This is
so-
the 25 Wolfen list, I believe.
Yes. Yep. So it's looking to really.
20 or 25.
Yep. Looking to put a lot of bodies straight into the deployment zone and hopefully not let them back out again.
Yeah. This was a game between. He played Jeremy Martino, who's on regular CSM. He played him in round 1. And it was a very, very, very close game until it very quickly wasn't.
Yeah.
Right in the last couple of turns, this blew out for CSM. I'll be interested to see how he plays this round and if that affects how he performs going forward for the event.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's probably expected from the CSM.
I think the win was, yes. The blowout at the end and how it happened, I don't think is.
Can be.
It was a case of the game felt very in control for the Space Wolves and then very quickly flipped, which isn't how that game normally runs.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I can see all the teams over here at the moment. Where are we? I'm just making sure we're setting up ready for pairings. They're getting ready for that.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to wait for the go-ahead. I can see Carl having a chat with the captains. We also have in charge of pairings New South Wales, Daniel Gash-Jones, heading down there ready to go. Very nice. I can see coaches setting up terrain. It's all going well there. How are we feeling so far, Lachlan? You and I got to walk around and see a lot of the event going through round 1. That was pretty cool. What are we thinking?
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, ton of different armies, lots of different people I haven't met yet. So that was good to see a lot of people try to make some friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a really cool event. Checked upstairs as well. The upstairs area is quite nice. If you haven't checked into the New Zealand stream, you should go have a look at they're doing over there as well.
Tactical Chili up on YouTube. I believe this round going to be watching New Zealand North and Queensland.
That
so
should be
also
fun.
if you want to follow along Queensland's progress, you can see that on stream. I say and then immediately realise that I can see Queensland in front of me. So they're playing. They're looking at New Zealand South playing against, I believe, South Australia.
Yeah, something like that.
Speaking of which, let's actually look at the
Yeah,
pairings
let's
for
have a
this
look at it and we
round.
can find out.
Yeah. So we, of course, have New South Wales versus Western Australia. New South Wales on the losing side of a draw in round 1, being paired down into Western Australia, who lost into the Australian Capital Territory. The way it sits, neither of these teams can afford a loss. A loss on a draw knock you off the top spot regardless.
Yep.
2 losses almost knock you off the podium. I think there's a weird outside chance they hit 3rd if they lose twice in a row, but otherwise not really.
Yep. Makes sense.
Then we have Queensland versus New Zealand South, not North, so they're actually directly in front of us. Then we have Victoria versus South Australia, which we can also see from where we are. We have upstairs the Australian Capital Territory versus New Zealand North. That's the pairing that you'll be able to see over on Tactical Chili. And then you've got Northern Territory versus Tasmania upstairs as well. Alrighty, well it looks like we are heading over to pairings. So let's take a look here. We of course have our wonderful pairings cam, making sure to bring us up in the corner. Looks like they're ready to go.
Yeah, it looks like they got their first defenders lined up. So
Yep. Yeah, so I'm going to assume for anyone who missed the first round, let's just talk a little bit about how this works. Each team gets to put forward a defender. You'll see them place them next to their table pips in the their number pips in the center there.
Okay, that's what we're fighting for apparently.
Yep, cool. They place them forward, and then their opponent will pick 2 of their remaining lists, of which they'll still have 7, and that'll get smaller as it goes, but 7 in hand. They'll pick 2 of their lists that could pair into it. Then the team that put forward the defender, which is what you can see going on here, then has to pick one of the 2 presented lists to actually play. All right, so we have on the red side, we have WA, and then on blue we have New South Wales. New South Wales putting forward Imperial Knights as first defender, and WA putting forward Chaos Demons as their first defender.
Yep, so that's Nurgle Demons, I believe, versus...
essentially Nurgle Demons. Great Unclean Ones plus good stuff.
Yeah.
And then Imperial Knights coming in there. So we can see New South Wales has put forward their 2 attackers. They're just waiting for Western Australia to put forward theirs.
And then they'll roll off table pairings after that, and they'll choose their table pairings.
Yep. This is a little bit of a slow process, so there is time allocated in the round for it, so they've actually got another... actually still like 15 minutes. Technically we're just before the round start.
Yep.
But yeah, they're having their chat and doing that there. While you're here, get down in chat, let us know your predictions for this round, what you want to see. Let us know what you think of being able to see the pairings here, because it's something we haven't been able to do before, and I don't think I've seen done in many places. So I hope you guys do enjoy this. If you've got any questions, let us know, and make sure if during the round you want us to send one of our gophers to a table to go check out a specific pairing, drop us a super chat, and we'll send Lawrence or Carl up to check that one out.
It looks like we've got our first attackers. We've got Orcs and CSM, and then Leagues of Votan and Space Marines there for New South Wales.
So WA put forward Demons, and then New South Wales put up Orcs and CSM. Yep. And then we have New South Wales putting forward Imperial Knights, and WA putting up Space Marines, and what was the other one? I can't quite see it from here. Leagues of Votan.
Leagues of Votan, yes.
My boys.
Yeah, boys.
Alrighty. So they'll be choosing that. I can see them having a chat with the rest of their team at the moment, comparing their pairings matrix, looking at which tables they need to take out of the pool.
Yep.
Table choice, one of the most important factors when pairing.
Definitely.
And people are often underestimated early on, but being able to very early dictate which tables are available for those lists that are still in the pairings pool is a vital piece of information.
Definitely.
And a vital piece of control you have over the matchups, especially with larger teams. 8-player teams, 6-player teams, 5-player teams.
Absolutely, you've got the 2 heavies and the 2 lights, so getting one of those tables when you need it, that can really affect the final score of the game for sure.
Definitely, and just as much denying it when you know your opponent needs it later on.
Looks like New South Wales have got their accept and their deny, so we're just waiting for Western Australia to pick out their accept and deny.
I mean, this is an interesting one. The WA is still waiting to pick Orcs and CSM. This is a fun one because I think the Orcs probably win this matchup, but depends on how WA plan to counter Orcs as a defender. This might be a chance to just take them out of the pool entirely.
I think if WA gets Orcs and Demons, I think they're going to be decently happy, because that takes Orcs out and into what should be a fairly nullifying matchup.
Demons would be a good choice to take points from Orcs.
Exactly.
It's probably still a loss as far as the individual game is concerned, but taking a more DACA Orcs list and instead of letting them get a 20, getting them a 13 or something, and here we see it, picking the Orcs. So you've got Leagues of Votan against Imperial Knights, and you've got Chaos Demons versus Orcs.
Most notably, the Orcs are leadership 7 pretty much across the board. So the Nurgle Demons with the -1, occasionally -2.
And it happens every time they charge, correct?
That's a strat. Every command phase, they're going to battle shock a unit. It can either be at -1 or it can be at -2 if they're in shadows. So that they're going to be making a leadership 9 checks, which is
we can see them rolling on camera here. That's Western Australia winning the roll to pick first table.
Yep,
so they get first table pick, which they'll be picking for their defender, which was Chaos Demons.
Yep. I would expect probably just a medium coming out here. I wouldn't think they would want the heavy when you're trying to move for big ass great and clean ones, but who's to say? And Imperial Knights and Leagues. Not sure if you take their light out here. Both of them are pretty shooting focused, so I'll have to see what they're thinking. But they'll have a think about that, and then
well, you know what, while they're thinking about that, one of the important things that's happening today, we have almost all of the Team Australia players are in attendance today at the Australian-New Zealand Team Championship 2025. They're coming from across the country, across all the different states, forming Team Australia, heading across to the World Team Championship in Austria in August. And one of the ways that you can support the team is by grabbing a ticket to the Team Australia Fundraiser Raffle. We've got that linked down in the description below, but you can jump on there. Tickets cost $10 to enter. There's over $10,000 in prizes going out for that, all to be drawn before the WTC, and that went live this morning at 8:30 a.m. So jump on there, grab your tickets, support Team Australia as we head across to the WTC, and win yourself some awesome swag, some hobby stuff. There's loads of 40k stuff, there's loads of store credit vouchers, there's loads of Team Australia swag. It's really, really cool, so head down there and check that out.
Absolutely, got to be on it.
That's it. You can probably buy a ticket in the time it takes one of these teams to choose a pairing.
I reckon you could.
So jump on down there. All right, so we've got their choosing table 8 specifically. Cool.
Okay, yep.
So that's one of the heavy tables, which is, funnily enough, to deny the orc shooting. Orcs are currently the best shooting army in the game, so stick him on a heavy table, counterintuitively, is probably the right choice for orcs.
And then
Table 3, a medium, which checks out. Both of them shoot, both of them don't want to get shot. Switching up to a light.
Okay.
All right.
Makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
And then we've got our next defender here. For New South Wales and Queensland, Western Australia still picking theirs.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if Western Australia sends out their orcs here. I think that's what most teams are going to be
avoid
doing.
the mirror at least.
Yep.
What is Wales got left in the tank? What would they be worried about at this point with the orcs, I suppose is the question.
Good question. There's definitely... It's still, we still need to see, they're sending up...
both
the
guard.
IGs
There you go.
Okay.
All right. It's worth pointing out, New South Wales, their guard managed to draw Matt Morrisoli's orcs, or pretty close to, I believe, last round with 13-7. Sorry, not a draw, but still very good to take away for orcs, especially into Matt Morrisoli. So I definitely think WA would probably be making a mistake to waste their orcs here. I think New South Wales would take that in a heartbeat.
It's an interesting one. It's definitely a orcs favoured matchup, but depending on how well you can use the troops and the scouts, it can go either way. So definitely a skill-based matchup, that one.
Yeah, and when you've just seen the Imperial Guard player keep someone like Matt Morrisoli on orcs to a 13, I think you're pretty... Oh, yeah, see, there we go. That's interesting. I would be expecting them to take orcs again here.
I wouldn't be surprised, but it's up to them to see if that's what they want to deny the orcs with, or if they want to try to pin it with something else.
Yeah.
No, what's the other one we've got?
So New South Wales have given WA Astra Eldari and...
Can't see.
Can't quite see what that is.
I think it's Chaos Knights is what I saw. But
Of course, because they're running the double knights. Yep. And then WA have given them orcs, and what was the other one they had?
Don't know. We'll find out.
I think it might have been Space Marines.
I think they're going to pick orcs, so...
I think that you'd be foolish not to when you've already got that result on the board.
Yep. And on the other side, I would expect them to deny the Eldari and then try to versus CK. I think that's probably a good matchup for the Astra Militarum. We'll see what they end up doing. You know, it can be a pretty volatile matchup into a lot of these heavy tanks, because if the Fire Dragons get a line,
Yes,
that Rogal
yeah.
Dawn is disappearing. So it can be an interesting one, depending on how much risk you want to be taking in that matchup.
Okay.
Still got WA deciding on what they want to accept,
Probably also having a talk about table pick as well.
for sure. Alright, so
They're
they're accepting
taking Chaos
CK.
Knights. Yeah.
Makes sense.
As you mentioned. And then they've taken Space Marines, not Orcs. That's really interesting.
Yep, so that's a Deathwatch list.
Yeah. Which
In-
into Imperial Guard, sure. I've got no problem with that matchup. But
It's-
it does seem like an odd choice when you already have a proven record into Orcs.
I think this is a IG-sided matchup, but I think
Yeah.
the Deathwatch have a plan to... Look, they're thinking they're heavy, so it looks like they're actually trying to neutralize this matchup. They're trying to go for a draw, at least is what I can tell.
Yeah.
Because both of them are very shooting. They're just trying not to get those Rogal Dawns too much space. So it's definitely an interesting pick.
Yeah.
But Deathwatch can struggle against that many tanks. They only have a couple of units that will pick up a tank. And once those guys are out and they're exposed, can end up losing them pretty quick. So I would expect him to play that matchup pretty cagey.
It's also the case, though, where if you can ping a couple of the important tanks out of the way,
Yep.
there's nothing that can touch you anymore.
For sure,
That
yeah.
feels like one where you play cagey until you've guaranteed that you're untouchable, and then you 20.
It's pretty much the Deathwatch way.
That's it. Yep.
That matchup will be fun.
All right. What do we got down here in chat? RBHA 7 great idea showing us the pairings process. Yeah, thank you. It's something we've been working on to make sure that we can do well, and we hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the commentary. Feel free to ask questions about it as well.
Alex Franz in the chat knows the Astra Militarum and Deathwatch matchup very well, so he can provide some expert analysis.
Yeah. And shout out Nogel Matt down there enjoying the pairings.
Yeah. He's got some
Alright.
Nurgle boys coming out. All right, next one. So we've got Locky Riggs, Adeptus Custodes versus the CSM
Well, not versus CSM,
Oh, sorry,
but being put up
yeah,
at the same
yep,
time
yep.
as the CSM.
and the CSM. So Custodes, lots of bodies. CSM, lots of bodies.
Yeah, this is the CSM we spoke about last night from New South Wales. The Empress Children, Ben Cookies, what a mad lad.
Yep.
Keen to see Huron Blackheart do his thing,
Yeah.
and they're picking there.
So they're going to have a auto pair, and they're going to have two more attackers.
Yeah.
And then the denied attacker will then auto pair into the other denied attacker, and then they'll choose pairings. So
So the auto pair becomes known. I mean, it becomes basically known as soon as you see the
basically
other
known,
cards. So they usually will reveal it straight away. We'll know who it is shortly anyway.
So what have we got left in the pool now to attack these two?
Yeah.
So there should be Eldar flying around still. Wouldn't really want that into the CSM, I would have thought. And then Adeptus Custodes. Could be tricky. They got lots of wardens.
Assuming I'm not about to show a massive amount of ignorance, I think Eldar into Custodes is pretty good for New South Wales here.
Yeah, it's a bad matchup for Eldar. It's a Custodes favorite matchup.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I would have thought it's fairly similar to Chaos Knights. It becomes very swingy.
No,
if your
because Fire
do
Dragons
some work.
cannot kill wardens.
Really?
It actually sucks because they're winning
Okay.
on 4s. They have no rerolls. So hitting on 3s, winning on 4s,
because
into
Fire
4-up
Dragons
invuln.
specifically care about
Yes.
vehicles. Yeah. So Eldar and Space Marines
Eldar
are the
Space
auto
Marines,
pair.
the auto pair.
So Space Marines from New South Wales into Eldar.
It's a Gladius
Anyway.
Task Force, I believe,
Yep.
into
And,
Yunari.
and New South Wales have been given CSM and Orcs into their CSM.
Yep.
I would love to see what happens if they take Orcs, but I don't think it ends well.
I mean, that's probably that's definitely an interesting one. So that's the CSM. Yeah, you wouldn't want that, would you?
No.
So you'd expect them to take the CSM mirror because they have the fights first, which could give them an advantage in the mirror.
Now, WA CSM is Renegade Raiders ACDC?
Yep.
That's a very nothing burger of a match, to be honest.
It
Like,
is,
the
for
ACDC
sure.
walks up,
Yeah.
Chosen walk up, they fight for a bit,
Yep.
one of them wins.
Should be drawish.
Cool.
You'd
Yeah.
think.
It takes them 3 turns to kill anything.
Pretty much, yep. There's
Because
a lot of bodies.
they're missing the explosiveness of the Chaos Lords as well. I think they've got 1.
Yep.
All right, let's see. What do we got?
Reveal here,
So
so
Orcs and Admech as the auto pair.
yep, okay. That is probably good for the AdMech, as in they'll probably be looking for a draw there.
Which means Custodes, Eldar,
Yep, and then the CSM mirror
and
is
the
with
CSM
Thor.
mirror.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah. All right, so that does mean, as they're selecting tables here, our lineup is going to be WA's Demons into New South Wales Orcs, WA's Leagues of Votan into New South Wales Imperial Knights, WA's Imperial Guard into New South Wales Chaos Knights, WA's Space Marines into New South Wales Imperial Guard, WA's Custodes into New South Wales Eldar, WA's CSM into New South Wales CSM, WA's Orcs into New South Wales AdMech, and WA's Eldar into New South Wales Space Marines.
It's pretty interesting.
That's a big old mess of things. And we now have to pick which one to put on stream too.
Yes, that is a good point.
As much as I want to see the Emperor's Children on stream, as we've discussed, I don't think it's a matchup that's interesting to watch for anyone who isn't themselves interested in CSM specifically.
I think the Deathwatch will be pretty cool. The CSM mirror could probably be fun if chaotic. Probably a bit hard to tell what the hell is going on. So Adeptus Custodia's got a light into Eldar, so I expect the Eldar picked that one.
I mean, that'd be kind of interesting because with Fire Dragons on a light table, that could be fun. All right, so we've got tables picked. We've got Orcs and Admech, table 5. Don't mind me. I'm doing my little notes as well. 2. We have Callum letting us know the vetoes. That's the one we want.
Yep. Deathwatch and Astra
Deathwatch
Militarum.
and Guard.
Yep, that's the matchup I thought
That
would be
sounds
pretty
good.
interesting.
Yeah, this is the one we're talking about there.
Something
I
I've
was trying to
learned
remember which Imperial Guard we
so
couldn't have on stream. And it wasn't that
Yeah.
one, so perfect.
yeah, that should be really interesting. That's on a heavy as well, which will favour the... I actually think it would favour the IG, believe
I
it or
think
not.
because the IG can do more damage with a single line, whereas the Space Marines want to be combining multiple. I think that favours them as well.
And the Astra Militarum can walk through the walls. They got
It's like in
bodies
Space
that are going to run
Marines.
through walls. Yeah, yeah, but yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not too hampered by the heavy, as you would normally think with a heavy tank list.
Yeah, definitely. So that's pretty cool. All right.
Chuck that in there. So I believe this round is Terraform, Crucible, and I'm forgetting the secondary mission, but Terraform is generally going first-sided matchup, but relatively even, I would say. Definitely less of a volatile matchup than the Ritual, which is on last.
Yeah. All right, we can see him tidying up pairings there and just having the discussion around it. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here busy resetting our gear for it.
Yeah. They'll be looking to set up. If I was to say which side won the pairings, personally, I prefer to be WA here. I think they got some. I think they got some good matchups for them actually. That.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some picks there that. Hold on, sorry, we're being asked something. Lawrence. Lawrence. Look, we want a state marker. Yeah, cool. New South Wales Molest. All right, sorry, good. A little bit of organisation stuff there. We have the players doing that.
You want to put it on ISO or something?
We don't want to cut away from that.
Sure.
We instead want to cut to this with that one there.
Yep, there we go.
All right. So we can see all the players heading to their tables. Everyone getting stuck right in.
And everyone on stream should be getting ready now. We'll be setting up the table and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Give us some time to chat.
It does indeed. So I like WA out of those pairings, which is interesting because I think going into it, I had the impression that at least New South Wales were more confident with their pairing strategy.
Yep.
I'm still surprised by Guard taking. Where do we go? Guard taking the Space Marines.
Oh, Space Marines, yep.
Although now that I'm looking at it, Guard taking Space Marines is interesting when you've just had Middleton put up such a strong showing into Orcs, because now you've got Orcs into AdMech, which I just don't think AdMech, at least not this build, have the firepower for it. Orcs are going to love looking at that many T4 4-up save bodies.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a skilled pilot by Alexander to try to get out of that one.
That said, if there was someone I wanted playing AdMech to face on Orcs, right? It'd be Alex. Yeah,
definitely the best AdMech player in Australia.
Yes,
there's any doubt about that.
Yeah,
and they have some tricks of their own. They're stealthy. They have a lot of bodies, but the Orc shoots very, very hard, and it's definitely going to be tough for the AdMech there. But hopefully he'll try to do his best to nullify. I think that's what he will be trying for there. As long as he doesn't give up too many points to the Orcs, I think that's fine, which is the same as the Nurgle Demons. Like, the Nurgle Demons are not going to be winning that. The Orcs have plenty of ability to kill a Great Unclean One if they chuck some tank busters and something else into it. So both of them will be really looking for a draw into that.
Yeah.
I think everyone will have to be coming in with a good strategy to verse Orcs. I think everyone has got armies that they've assumably practiced game after game after game into getting the Orc matchup, because everyone here has known that every team is going to have Orcs.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I'm sure whatever strategy they've got, it's probably ready. They probably practices a lot. They probably know what they're doing. So you can be assured that it'll be top tier play no matter what.
Absolutely. Excuse me if I'm distracted. I'm making sure to put in all of the correct pairings so we can look at those on screen. All right, so aside from the stream table, what's one that we're going to keep an eye on?
I think another really interesting matchup could actually be the Eldari and the Custodies. As I said, I think that's a Custodies-sided matchup, but if you get good charges, like with the Howling Banshees, you can end up ripping open the matchup if you're not careful. But do you know if does it have a massive Incubi brick? I should go look that up. But
I believe it does. It has 1 unit of 10.
Because that one can be very hard to break with the Custodies. You have to shoot it. You obviously don't want to be charging it to death when they have the fights first. And so if the Custodies player isn't careful and they don't pop the Feel No Pain at the right time, that matchup can get very, very brutal very, very fast. But luckily the Custodies does have the Feel No Pain, and if the Eldar player goes in at the wrong time, they can end up doing a lot less damage than I would have thought. The Fire Dragon can end up actually whiffing more often than not into the Wardens, especially with the -1 wound, the 4-up Feel No Pain, 4-up Invuln. Like, it ends up math-wise, you only kill like one Warden if you put in with a Fire Dragon, so then you lose the squad. Like, it's not a good trade. So it can be interesting. Plus, I don't think there's any tanks in that, so they're not getting a ton of value. But the Eldar have a lot of screens, which is what he'll be looking to do. Block the rapid ingresses that are coming out with the Custodies. So I think that matchup could be really interesting. Definitely could go either way, depending on what happens.
All right, so let's Let's focus in a little bit now on the lists for our current one.
Absolutely.
I'll get you to talk down the lists while I put them into our description.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
we are going to be watching... I've immediately forgotten what we're looking at. We're going to be looking at Brodie Middleton on Astra Militarum, playing Callum German on Deathwatch. What are they running?
Let's look at the Deathwatch list first, shall we? Because I got it here. So, give me 1 second, because I got logged out, so I can't find the bear.
That's awesome. It's classic.
That's
classic BCP.
Yeah, that's
I have
awesome.
The same issue over here.
Sorry, I got it up in a second. So it should be so we got Callum German playing the Deathwatch Black Spear Task Force. We have a captain in Gravis armor with the Tome of Eclates. That is once per battle, 2 Oath of Moments. We have a lieutenant with combi weapon for the loner reactive move shenanigans. We have a Watchmaster with the Thief of Secrets enhancement. So that gives him +1 strength, +1 AP, and +1 damage. And then if he gets a kill, he gets it again. So his weapon becomes D3 +2 at AP 4, I believe, strength 9. So with lance, so that he hits super duper hard if he manages to get a kill. The Watchmaster will be paired with a Deathwatch Veterans 20-man brick. So they got some Thunderhammers, they got some Storm Shields in there. Pretty tough. They'll be starting in a Rhino. Got some regular intercessors for some sticky. They'll be on the backfield. Some assault intercessors with jump packs for a bit of trading, bit of scoring. 2 units of those, I should say. We've got the Centurion Devastator brick with the las cannons, so they can get deep strike and uppy downy in this detachment because of the Black Spears Task Force. So they can shoot very, very hard. You know, they could spend a CP to give them sustain. They have rerolls natively, so they hit super hard. If they get onto a tank, that thing is probably not living for too long. We've got an Incursor unit with the Melter Mine there, and the +1 to hit. 2 and don't want to kill teams, one of which will be with the Gravis Captain, one will be solo. We've got a Reaver squad for some half OC and some scouts, and a Hammer Strike for the Ignore Cover and Melter Guns. So that is Callum's list. And then I'm going to go find the New South Wales list for you. Except it's logged me out of this one again, so you can run down the
so
IG
we've
list.
got from New South Wales Brodie Middleton on Imperial Guard. Hammer of the Emperor, of course. We've got a Rogal Dawn Commander with the Calm Under Fire enhancement, another Rogal Dawn Commander with the Veteran Crew enhancement, and a Lonely Tech Priest Engine Seer on foot. We then have a unit of Acadian Shock Troopers, a unit of Katachan Jungle Fighters, 2 Tauroks, both with twin autocannons, a Hellhound, 1, 2, 3 Lehman Russ battle tanks, and then a Lehman Russ Punisher. We have a squad of Ogryn, 2 squads of Rattlings, 1 of 10, 1 of 5, and then 2 single Scout Sentinels for that extra little bit of, I believe, infiltrate. Scout for them, infiltrate off the Rattlings.
Was there a Rogal Dawns there as well?
2 Rogal Dawn Commanders. There are no loose Rogal Dawns.
Yeah, so bunch of whole bunch of tanks. They got some infiltrate, they got scouts, like they got some infantry, transports, I should say. So they're going to be pushing up, getting some angles and blasting some stuff off the field.
Yeah, so it definitely seems like a list. The firepower's in the characters.
For sure.
The 2 Rogal Dawns. You've then got 4 Lehman Russ chassis.
Yep.
No commanders for them, but the Rogal Dawn's going to be ordering them. Definitely going to need that extra punch from the commanders. 1 Punisher is going to be decent enough in the matchup here, but he's going to want to be making the most out of each of those Lehman Russes because they will be picked up quite easily in return.
So it is a lot of damage 3 as well, which is something you definitely have to note in this matchup. Is the Indominate kill teams do not like getting shot by mass damage 3.
No.
But he definitely has the right guns for this matchup. But Callum has the heavy board, so he'll be looking to not get shot by all those guns, and instead play his angles right with the uppy downy and all the tricks that comes with that.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, Callum can play that very well.
Absolutely. Long-time Deathwatch player and a Team Australia. It's like they're both Team Australia players. No?
No, you're thinking of Josh Brodie from last year.
I am too. You're right. Apologies. So, yes, Callum German from Team Australia. Very, very, very good player. Long-time Deathwatch player as well.
Now, Brodie Middleton, I believe, and we'll have information like this for you shortly. Brodie Middleton, I believe, this is not his first rodeo either. He's been at ANZTC several times already, I think.
Yep.
And he's definitely going to be no slouch on the Imperial Guard. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to do it really well for us. You can now see both of these lists down in the comments, in the description. Links down there. You can see both of them. As well as, of course, you can check out the entire event over on Best Coast Pairings, linked down below.
Sure can.
All right, well, let's go over here and see them starting to set up.
Oh, brilliant. They're doing their deployment now. So we've already got some, we've got to go to Local Dawn down there, the Punisher down there, Sentinels down. Meanwhile, on the other side, you got some Intercessors down, and the Reavers, looks like, and the Centurions are down there behind the middle back ruin as well. So, because of the uppy downy, you can deploy your Indominate kill teams and your Centurions pretty defensively. He'll look to have them at the very back of the map, and they'll uppy downy when he wants. Looks like he's putting one of the Indominate kill teams down at the back, as I said that, so they'll be deploying pretty defensively, but then going up in the sky and dropping down wherever he wants. Meanwhile, I think you'll see the Imperial Guard player be putting a lot of their transports pretty much on the line, so they can scout up in interest positions, and as well as the Sentinels as well. And then the Ratlings will probably be waiting for Callum to deploy his scouts. So he can block those if he chooses, or he doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. There's not a ton of point in committing the Ratlings to blocking a screen there, because it's just some Reavers pushing up a little bit and the Incursors. Yeah. So I wouldn't expect him to throw away the Ratlings for no reason. But they'll definitely be around to do some actions at some point. Got another Rogel, another Lehman Russ there.
Are they both regular Lehman Russes? I don't think I see the Punisher cannon, so I suspect that's going to be held off until
like
you see some good targets.
Regular. You got the Hellhound in the middle there with this powerful Overwatch.
Yep.
There's the Combi Lieutenant going down, so he'll look to... He can push into the middle if he wants. He's got Line Up and a reactive move. And then the first Taurox with probably the Jungle Fighters for the Scout 6. That'll then move up and tuck into that L of the Ruins there. And then it can threaten the expansion objective of Callum there. So quite nasty.
Yeah. Yes, the mission here, Terraform, it definitely rewards the early actions. But the early actions in turn can punish the units doing them. So it makes them very vulnerable.
For sure.
Do you reckon we might see a bit of a push for it to try and bait out your opponent here? Because I think both armies want their opponent to commit so that they can then commit their forces in response.
Yeah, for sure. Like Imperial Guard is going to be pushing pretty heavy. Like they're going to take a lot of ball position early, you would expect, because they have the scouts, they have infiltrate, they have all the cheaper bodies. Deathwatch, when they commit, they have to commit a very real resource.
Yeah.
So if Astra Militarum could get them to bait out a resource and more notably get the trade-off. If you're just putting a resource out there and it's dying for free, obviously not the best, but they'll be looking to then support it with their tanks to make sure that they're getting trades off those early pushes. And then it's Callum's job to make sure that he's not getting too much value from these early scouts and whatnot, because if they get too much ball position, it ends up making this very, very tricky to teleport. If the whole board's getting screened by all these random Ratlings and stuff, you end up getting trapped more or less into deployment zone. So you have to find ways to make space, but also not toss away resources. So it looks like Callum is finished deploying, picking up the dice. I think they're measuring a scout on the incursors there. Not a lot of deployments there for Deathwatch. They don't have a lot of resources. I'm sure some of it will be in the sky as well.
Yeah, it's an army that can reposition quite fast early, but then kind of needs to dig in wherever it lands.
I think it's interesting that the Rhino there is all the way at the back.
Yeah.
That is a very defensive position for that. I would have thought that would be more forward. But clearly he's not looking to push up too much early. He's looking to give him a lot of board pressure.
I think that's the Punisher going down there.
Yep, that's the Punisher.
Yep. So you... all right, so we'll cut over to player mics shortly, but we do have Lawrence just off camera who's going to read out the pairings for Victoria versus... who are Victoria playing?
Reporting for the round 2 pairings of SA and Vic. We got SA, I would read the SA first. Okay, GSC versus GK's Adam. We have GK's SA versus Kyle's Eldari. We have Samyang's Harlequins versus Riz Sisters. We have Votan versus Jess CSM. We have Josh Pope CK versus Solis Orcs. And we have Adam Napier's Orcs versus Lucky's Dangles. And we have Custodes versus Jason's Necrons. And we have Demons versus Stu's Tyranids. So all the pairings are actually looking good. And then apparently, I'm telling you guys, the Harlequins played the Sisters round 1. Yep. I think I forgot their pairing, but it was a 10-10 draw. So
that's fascinating.
Harlequins, maybe they're doing something good.
Yeah, so that's one to watch. And similarly, Matt Morrisoli Orcs playing into Josh Pope on CK. Josh Pope played into Orcs round 1 as well at Finn Decker and actually won 11-9.
That's a big skull there, so that could be quite telling.
Yeah, so Finn Decker was team captain last year for Team New Zealand for WTC, and is definitely somewhere I can put up there competing with Morrisoli for the way they're going to play stuff.
Yep.
They're probably going to have very similar lists, similar strategies. This is going to be a really interesting one to keep an eye on over the course of the round. And just a reminder, chat as well, if you guys have any specific matchups that you can see on BCP that you'd like info on, do just drop us a super chat and we can send Carl or Lawrence over to check out any table you'd like.
Absolutely, yeah. If you have any interesting, if you're a Harlequins main and you want someone to tell you what the score is, super chat Lawrence, he'll go find out for you.
Yeah, fantastic. Speaking of chat, we've got Slink Blackout asking what mission is it. So we said this earlier. It is Terraform, Crucible of Battle. And what was the other?
I don't remember the secondary. That's the problem.
Okay, I'll pull that up. I've got it saved here.
Yeah.
So we'll pull that up and have a look. We've got Just Dan. Yep, so I've also got the information on the players here. So as we mentioned, Callum German is a veteran WA player, has played at several ATCs, primarily Space Marines of different power armor varieties, and of course played for Team Australia over at WTC last year. We also then have Brodie Middleton, who has played for Team Australia before the year they took victory at WTC a few years back. Was playing with them. Was not playing last year, and I don't believe is this year, although now I'm getting mixtures of 3 different team lineups in my head, so he could be. I'll confirm that one.
So we just had the first turn, I believe. The Imperial Guard are going first.
Yep, so we are moving into the top of turn 1 for Imperial Guard. Let's have a hear from the players.
So that's one. Cool. And then the other one. I guess I'll just go surrender. In order. Okay, you want to do your scouts?
Yep. So just setting that up. There we go.
Cool. Sweet. Yep. Okay, let's do orders. So the agency will put a 4 up in 1 on that. Lemon Russ. Put +3 move on him from this Dawn. That Dawn will give +3 move to the Hellhound as well. Then over here I got 3 orders. Nice. +3 move on the right. +3 move on this Thorax. I don't think I'm shooting anything with this Russ. I think that's the point. So. So I will just +3 move on this one. 13 won't get me home. How to clear the wall. Okay, let's do some movement. So you definitely want to push back. So he's going 19. Go like that, and then there's no shooting into that, and then I'll just go out there. Yep, so this goal advance, he'll go 4, then pivot, so he's 6 to there. Then 5, so that's 11. 3 pivot, so we've got 19-inch move, so he's got a 8 left, so he can basically get to there.
So as they go through movement, we've got Carl here with an update on some of the other team pairings.
Yo, all right. So we've got 2 things for you. We've got ACT in New Zealand, which is happening upstairs. That one is we've got Eldar, ACT Eldar into New Zealand Sisters. We've got ACT Bile into Blood Angels. That's a very interesting matchup. Creations into Blood Angels. We've then got Nurgle Demons into the Captains of New Zealand Orcs. So that's interesting. We then got the ACT Orcs into the New Zealand Grey Knights. So a bit of DACA into the DACA from the Orcs into DACA from the Grey Knights. We then got the ACT Imperial Knights into the New Zealand Eldar. That's an interesting matchup. I favour the Knights there as an Eldar player because of the OC, but depending on how many Knights you can kind of pick up. We then got, we have Death Guard into Necrons. That's interesting because nobody's killing anybody. We then have the Custodes into the Guard from New Zealand. So the ACT Custodes into the New Zealand North Guard. And then we have the ACT Grey Knights into the New Zealand's GSC. So that one I highly favour GSC in that particular one. A lot of OC to like take back those objectives. So we've also got some a bit of feeling from the WA coach and the New South Wales coach. So the WA team are feeling this is pretty drawish from their matrix perspective.
Yep.
A few matchups that they kind of really didn't want kind of squirreled in.
Yep.
So there's some ones that they're confident about, some that they aren't. The New South Wales feel pretty good about theirs. Talking to them, they kind of really wanted to orchestrate the Chaos Space Marines mirror.
Oh, interesting.
So that was one that they were really trying to get.
That makes sense because they favor the mirror.
because they didn't really want the others.
Yeah.
So they're feeling good about their matrix, and they've got some really key greens that they're pretty happy with.
So a question that I would love to see put to them, because we had a bit of a chat about it here while they were doing pairings. A question I'd love to see put to them, if they're happy to answer it, what was the decision process behind not taking Orcs and Astra Militarum again, given how well that pretty much went for them into Soli?
Well, it's funny because they got Demons and Orcs, which is the same thing that happened to WA last round.
Yeah.
Right? So I think from a New South Wales perspective, that AdMech list is kind of one of the ways that you can kind of deal with those Orcs, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because it's like, I'm just going to push, Alex is just going to push all those units at the Orcs. He doesn't care if he gets table over 5 turns, because he's going to have the OC and the ability to kind of stand up in front of the Orcs and kind of keep going.
Yeah, if they can just OC deny, then he's doing good.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether that strategy stands up or not.
Okay,
Absolutely, yep. Yeah, you just have to be a bit careful. If you put out too much, you end up losing too much too early. So, but I'm sure Alexander knows exactly what he's doing.
Definitely, yeah.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you, Carl.
Back to the game, I think.
So the Taurox will advance. He'll move 3 to clear the ruin. That leaves him with 22 max, so he's 19. Basically, he might should move the Sentinel first. No, because I want to move the Sentinel after I work out where the screen's going to go. So
you have to go a little bit less going around, yeah?
Yeah, just... Okay, the rattlings of this mark. So, I'll get a few on the line there.
So we've got some secondaries drawn. We've got Area Denial and Bring It Down for Brodie Middleton, of which we've already penciled in the 5 for Area Denial by the looks of it.
Yep.
Bring It Down, of course, going to be difficult. I believe the Rhino's the only option there, the only target.
So he'll be tossing out for a CP for sure. And, clearly he wants the CP more than the secondary draw, otherwise he would have discarded it, because he would have known he wouldn't have been able to score it. So clearly he's looking for the CP here, because he doesn't have Leonidas or any other CP regain. So honestly, pretty good secondary so far.
Yeah, and as we talked about, he's pushing forward. I suspect there's Terraform starting on at least one objective.
Yep, that top one definitely is going to be terraforming. The middle he can't because he advanced.
Yep, and the bottom he's not quite on. Oh, and he's got the Sentinel there.
Yeah, so he'll probably do 2 terraforms. It's going to make Callum push out.
Forcing Callum to have to kill the Sentinel means he does have to show something.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
It's going to be very difficult. Especially because it looks pretty screened as well, so he's going to have a really hard time
so
stopping that
spending
terraform.
a CP there to let the tank drive through the wall, right?
I think it's just sitting on the other side of the wall. Is he going through?
Well, yeah, he just has.
Oh no, that's right, because it's going the other side. Yes, that's going through the wall. I wouldn't be terribly surprised if that pulverizer there was actually going to do terraform as well.
Yeah, because Lehman Russ doing Terraform doesn't sound like a lot, but when there's no targets, it makes it a really tricky thing to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a T11 tank. Like
you can see him sitting there making sure that it's wholly within the ruin, so you're always going to have cover.
Yep.
There's no point of it that the opponent can deny cover for.
And he's just got like the tiniest fraction of his turret in to just say, yep, I'm on the objective.
Yep. And then you got the tech marine, or the engines here just behind there.
So also,
that
the other
it doesn't
thing
kill
is
it.
that pulverizer has the 4-up invuln from the tech marine. So it's got a 2-up,
Yeah.
4-up, anti-11. Very, very, very tough. Needs
So it's a
real
very
response.
strange looking Terminator.
Sorry. What did I say? Did I say Terminator?
No. You said
right,
the
yeah,
right
yeah,
thing.
yeah, very,
I'm joking. It's
No,
the 2-up,
yeah.
4-up.
It is a very strange looking Terminator, but
Yeah.
slightly higher toughness. Can be very, very annoying to take out. So, I mean, I think Imperial Guard are going to be really, really happy to have gone first here. This is exactly
It lets
the game
them set
plan
up.
that
They can play this game better
Yeah.
than the Deathwatch can.
Absolutely. This is exactly what they would have wanted to be able to do. They've set up their Rogal Dawns to respond to any threats, and then they've pushed the things that they don't care that much about losing out. And if you don't respond to it, you're getting butchered on primary and
Yeah.
getting double terraformed, which you can't come back from. So it's pretty
Yeah,
much
double
optimal,
terraform this early is backbreaking.
pretty much optimal for Astra Militarum. So
And 9. Cool. And these guys last, so they probably just want to stay there for just secondaries if I need it. So I'm going to swing this guy. Oops. So you could see there in the last count. I actually don't like that. Yeah, basically you can see over this with Centurion, so I'm just going to shuffle around a little bit. Watch there. And then, oops. So, just do my geometry.
It's a very nice room.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah, it
good.
is, yeah.
Where's the fine scotch and like cigars and whatever else?
All this rich wood paneling, yeah. I need a bookshelf at the back. Yeah.
Can you get that? Stick the outside like that. Cool.
So I can see the dawn?
So, no, because you only see the turret over the wall, and I've basically moved the turret. The turret was here, and you could see down the whole thing. So I've just moved the turret down so the turret's like blocked by the containers. So that will be the line to this guy's head, and that'll click the wall there.
Sure it's not. Like that's over your turret, yeah?
Better?
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yep. I'll just shuffle this guy out. Cool. Thank you.
Not on the train, obviously?
Not on the train yet. Yep, just behind it.
Yep.
They'll stay there. So they'll push that back. Okay. That's it. So terraform. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's just shooting. It's just the grots. Oh, sorry, not grots.
Grots.
They're basically grots.
I mean, they're the same size, right?
I've got, so I'm going to use my once per game lethals here. So this is the big sniper rifle, the tank stopper or whatever it is, hits.
Okay.
2, so strength 9, AP 2, damage D6.
Oh, okay, cool. So 4-ups.
Yep, just D6, so we're all at 1 here. No, okay, so
cool.
kills 1.
One guy did.
Then 5 regular snipers hitting on 3s. Yep, strength 4, AP 2, damage 2, so winning on 4s, just 1.
Makes it.
Cool, just kills 1 guy.
One guy did.
And then I'll do their...
That's the only shooting there, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Sweet.
There you go.
Pretty much as we discussed, you've got 2 terraforms happening in the center and the top left. You don't have that bottom sentinel. It's not on the objective, as you can see there.
I
That
think
is
that
not
looks pretty
attempting the
deliberate
terraform.
there. Yeah, that makes sense. 'Cause that'll just be an easy target, and if it's on the objective, it opens up overwhelming force and storm.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for it to be there. It's just there to screen.
Yeah. And speaking of screening, absolutely phenomenal work here using the jump, shoot, jump on the rattlings
Yep.
to move after shooting to completely screen the movement through that area. They're
Yeah.
not going to be hard to kill. That's not their job. But they are going to stop Space Marines just walking through that gap and touching up all those tanks easily.
Yeah, that's Sentinel atop. I would be terrified of if I was Callum. There's almost no way you're going to be able to stop that terraform.
Yeah.
So that's just 8 points that he's going to get guaranteed.
And you've got the Punisher in the center there doing it. I'm not sure there's an easy way to stop that either.
Look, not without getting punished, no. It's very, very, very annoying.
Like, the two ways to either kill it or take the objective. And if you take the objective, you're standing in front of a Punisher, which is not where Space Marines want to be.
Yeah, no. Plus, I think... Depending, it's 50C or is it 60C there? So even
I believe it's 6. I believe it's 3 and 3.
3 and 3. So you couldn't even put the Reavers on. I don't believe they work on monsters. So yeah, you have to kill one of them and then get guys on. It's just.
Well, also that's is it the Hellhound or a Chimera in the center there? It's a Hellhound. It's not running any Chimeras. It's just Taurox. Yeah. So there's nothing inside it. But it's still not something you want to try and do.
Not something you just want to run infantry into, otherwise they're going to get overwatched and maybe just kill it off outright. So
yeah,
very, very good board position right now for Brodie Middleton.
This one's sticky.
Did you want to hide from here?
So
I'm happy to just, if you want to shuffle over a bit, that's fine, yeah.
It's just, I'm close to the max anyway. That's basically all I can get.
No, he just had to go sideways a little bit, that's all, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Just,
Yeah, I'm just not going to be like, hey, yeah, I can see you now. He's got flames and punisher. What's going on there? There's a footprint. 19 from there is whatever he wants for lines.
So one of the things we're looking at here, it hasn't technically started Callum's turn yet, doing a bunch of measurements, planning his pickups, planning how to move his pieces, how to bring his uppy-downies to get the most effective use out of them going into turn one.
Yeah, if you're a Deathwatch player or any army that plays a lot of uppy downy, you quickly get very used to basically planning your entire turn around your opponent's end of fight phase, because you want to have everything accounted for when you're doing your pickups. You want to know exactly why you're picking them up, what you're doing with them next turn. Of course, you can adjust it a little bit depending on points, but This pickup phase is basically where you can do all of your thinking. By the time you've got to your movement phase or command phase, you should know everything that's going to be happening because you've already thought about what your pickups are. Why are you doing the pickup? What are you picking up? What's your priorities? So Callum will spend a good amount of time here thinking about what he's going to pick up. He's either going to be both Indominant Kill Teams or the Centurions. And then he's going to be thinking about what he wants to do with them next turn to see how much of an inroad he wants to make on this.
Yeah, you can see like he's on his time. He's taking his time on the clock here, of course, and just plenty of that. Brodie's presented him with a big problem. This is the chance to swing your entire deployment around, essentially, to counter how Brodie's played his first turn. What are your picks? What do you think he's going to be planning to do?
I think he'll pick up probably both Indominant Kill Teams. I would expect him to try to pick up that scout on the bottom right, which should be pretty much for free, but it's already done its job scouting out and screening a little bit. I mean, you would want to be making a play into the middle, but that just seems too tough a nut to crack. The problem is you're getting a hit by 2 Dawns no matter what if you try to mess with the middle. It just doesn't seem pretty. Now it looks like he's done his... He's drawn his cards, so he must have done his pickups. I don't see what he picked up. Maybe he didn't pick up anything.
It's an interesting choice.
Cards. It's possible he's just trying to take this first turn very easy. So
let's hear what he's thinking as they're talking over scores.
Cool. So I can do that.
So he's pulled his secondaries, cleanse and bring it down. They're not having too much chat at the moment, so we'll jump in here. Yeah, cleanse and bring it down, pretty handy. He's picking up units he's declared as being picked up, just without actually picking them up yet. This is a fairly common, just like logistical play. Often when you can pick a unit up, but one of your options is to put it back in an identical position, you'll just leave it on the board, make sure your opponent's aware you're picking it up, and then if you end up putting it back in the same place, you don't actually have to move any models.
Yep, makes sense. So
that said, cleanse and bring it down, both very aggressive secondaries for this early in the game. So he's picked them up, and I suspect will be, as we discussed, essentially trying to flip his deployment around to achieve at least one of those. You can't miss them this early in a game like this.
You definitely want to be scoring, bring it down. He's given plenty of tanks to do. I would expect him to be discarding cleanse for CP. I would assume he wouldn't go for it. I'm
not even sure if there is a way for him to go for it.
He could. There's the incurses, or the JPIs down the bottom right there that could do that cleanse there, but I don't think he'll go for it. It's just not worth 2 points.
Yeah.
But he's definitely going to go for kills. I expect that Sentinel to be a target, maybe one of the Toroxes, and maybe something in the middle if he can go for it.
If he can get lines with enough onto the Punisher, it's definitely an ideal target.
Yeah, look,
because it also would stop the Terraform. I just don't think he's going to be able to.
Yeah, he's likely going to have to throw away one of his dominant kill teams to make to force a response here. And so it looks like he's also sending some Sentinels out to kill the Torox. So he's going to have to put some stuff out there and accept some crackback. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't just let this board state continue without making some plays.
Well, speaking of plays, they're popping those Centurions out. They're relatively safe, to be honest. Both Rogel Dawns are fairly out of position to get to them.
You'd think that.
True. They can advance and shoot.
They move 20 inches through walls. Pretty fucking hard to hide from.
That's true. I always forget they can do infantry stuff now.
It's pretty cool.
Rogel Dawns, the classic infantry of the guard.
Yeah, so he's going to be accepting some clackback, but clearly he's made the analysis that it's acceptable.
Yeah, and especially when when your opponent's already putting down like 5 secondary and is threatening very consistent primary for the rest of the game,
Yep.
You have to go early. You can't afford to fall behind anywhere. Just keeping up requires a big bring it down turn, let alone pulling ahead.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely going to be looking to get probably 6 points of this, you would hope, if he can get his kill targets down. And then he's going to be forcing a response. So we're going to have a very, very interesting turn 2, where we then can see what can the Astra Militarum do with this.
This guy moves out back there.
That'll then get me, the turret would be there if that's what you mean for line of sight.
Yeah, so if this guy is out
Oh,
there.
yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you spin him back around. Yep. Yeah, you're safe there.
Okay, cool. Big one.
Yeah.
The Dawn.
Dawns actually gain movement when they pivot, so actually pivoting this way, like a 13, you lose only about half an inch or an inch pivoting, so 13's going to get this. Oh, yeah, you're safe.
So if I just clip
If you
this,
just clip that, you're fine. I would have to advance.
advance shoot, yeah.
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah.
And it's not great for me if you're not in melter range.
Yeah,
Melter
yeah.
range.
You guys do that.
Do our thing. Just goes. They're just going to tow just the las cannon.
Yep.
Just so I can get 2 there. And he's going to keep coherency. We've got a couple reserves. Your only thing in reserves is a tank,
Just
right?
one Lehman Russ.
All right, cool.
Yep.
So
you've
screenings are
already
generous.
screened this,
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep coherency like that. The rhino will go underneath.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just pick it up in front. Yeah, all good.
Yeah. Just check him in there. Cool. Just put that there so we know. Screen out. That's going to be massive. Cool. Range and sorry, let's get both the hell around. Here, cool. You have no like reactive move oath or anything? No reactive move or anything?
No reactive moves.
Sweet. Move. Little squad.
It's a very boring army.
Pardon?
What I mean about the geometry, like basically the only thing you're doing is measuring distances between your tanks.
Very non-tricksy, yeah. That's fine.
Probably the most technical first turn movement phases I can remember in a long time.
Yeah, it's the opposite of my last game. I versed Custodes.
Yeah.
And we're just like, yep. And we both got containment turn 1 on Hammer and Anvil. We're like, yep, this is our turn. Done.
Yeah, not gonna lie, when I saw it come up second hit, this is a good one.
So I think that side of the line is safe from the rust.
Yep. But if you come out this way, I can always just move through that.
Yeah. Probably gonna drop there anyway. Plasma's 36, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Battle cannon 72. Yeah. Lasers 48. Massive. I have to be out there. Out there. Bases.
Just moving for a grenade, I assume?
Yeah, just moving. Yeah. Just gonna stand still. Lieutenant's just moving, so he's. Oh, he needs to be within 9s, that's fine. It's within 9 of the Rhino. So if he reactives, he can go back in.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Cool. See, if, can Phobos get in Rhinos? I think not. I think the, it's non-tactical as well. I'll look it up for you.
Thanks, man.
Do that. Yeah, can't transport Phobos.
Better than the characters?
No, yeah, it's just the keyword.
Cool. Because there's one that's like...
Sorry, excluding Tactica's character models that begin the battle attached to a non-tactical.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, there is this weird thing, weird caveat.
Yeah, it's like Tiberius or whatever can do that.
Fuck it. Stagger that a bit. This can just fuck off there.
What snackies we got? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay. What are these? Okay. All right, here we go.
Not much else to do.
Who's your oath target, by the way?
The
Hellhound?
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, is that the green? Oh,
yeah, green marker for that. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It's gonna be in there on the ground floor. Kind of really forced by bring it down.
Yeah.
Sucks
I mean,
turn
just
one.
that turn yeah. But equally, if you get 3, you're getting 6 just by picking up some screening units.
Hopefully, yeah.
So
4 goes well anyway.
yeah.
So we're oath there. We have to spend a CP to increase their range.
Yep.
So increase range and extra AP, basically. And then we'll put the flamers at the rattlings and everything else at the hellhounds.
Yep. Oh, the aggressive have flamers. That's good.
Yeah, one's got flamers, one's got bolt, yeah.
Right,
Yeah, so one's black aggressors, one's green aggressors, yeah.
Oh, he's in strats. So.
Yeah. So flamers, this plus 3.
Okay.
Woo!
T2, so 2s for all that.
Yeah.
And you'll just kill. AP,
Cool.
Or are they AP 0?
No, they're AP 0.
Okay.
Oh, no, they're AP 1 now because of the strat,
Yeah, cool. Yep. So
6.
How many? 6? Probably just these. The sense can actually take those two, leave that, just so the sense can't see them.
Yeah,
Yep. I guess.
Cool.
Actually, I think you need to put the scent missiles into the Torok, so I'll actually leave that because they could see that guy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's why I took him. Otherwise, you shoot the bolters and kill Husk. So I'm just muttering to myself.
Hopefully, yeah.
There was method to my madness. It gives you the centurion shooting, but then you'll lose missiles into the Torok. So
Yeah. So we'll do the bolt guns.
yep.
The rest of the unit, I should say. That's a lethal and a sustained. Cool. 5s. 5s to wound, so 3. AP 3.
How many?
3.
3. This is the big bolter.
Yeah, 3 damage bolter, yeah.
Right, Cool. 2 go through 6 damage.
Cool.
Down to 5.
Melter rifles, both hits. Multi-melters, both hits.
Cool.
That feels fun. Just 1 though.
Just 1.
Yep. This will be AP 5, yeah.
So 5 up. No, goes through. 5 left.
Place 1. Cool. Yeah, I activated the wrong way around. I should activate the Centurions first, because then the Melters would have been T11. Strength 11, not Strength 9.
Oh, closest eligible. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, my fuck up. Can this guy can't see anything? Oh, probably not. I don't think so.
No, you can't see it.
So we'll do the Centurions. We'll just do... we'll do the... Obviously the 3 lads there, 2 lads there, and those 2 missiles over there. And then these missiles... We will put...
Sorry, say that again. So you got 2 lads there.
So 2 lads there. And
3.
so 2 lads, 2 missiles. So those bulk all 2 units.
Yep.
2 models, and then 3 models. We're doing 3 lads here. I'm just deciding.
Yeah,
we don't want to split their missiles.
Yep. So you only get 2 missiles here if that matters.
Yeah.
So
I'll probably put 2 missiles there just to kill it. Yeah.
Yep, sounds good.
So we'll start with the thing over there.
2 and 2.
So 2 lads.
Hey.
Thank God they reroll ones. Okay, 1 hits.
3s.
Twin links. So AP3.
Cover. So yeah, because you got 1 more with me. Yep. So.
Cool. And then the missiles there. 2 shots. This is going terribly.
Reroll
1 hit.
ones.
Reroll ones.
Yep.
Strength 9.
3 still. Yep.
Yeah,
so
cool. AP2. So cool.
I mean, that's going to get nuked by the melter, so I don't really think.
Yeah. So the 3 lads at the Torox.
Yep.
Yeah. This is twin links. 2.
Cool. 5. 1 goes through.
5 damage.
Down to 5.
Missile 2. 0 ones. T9?
T8.
T8, okay. 2.
Cool. 4-ups. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Can I roll those ones?
You rolled down and I made all my saves, so...
And the missiles at the rattlings.
Yep. No blasts. Either.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So I was shaking my head out.
2 skill.
Cool, 2 more. Just needed average there, that would have been nice.
Yeah, did you roll 1s for every missile shot number?
Yeah, that was great. We'll do those 5 over there into the Sentinel. We can, actually, we will melt a mine here. So 2 up, and then 2d3 for 5. So gets it.
Good power.
Then they'll... Oh, no. Get to all the stands. And then... We'll try and grenade that and then shoot it.
He heals D3 anyway, if that matters, from the agency. So
No, grenade there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we're going to grenade there. With the incurses.
Yep.
4 mortal wounds. Okay, Jesus. And then we're going to shoot 1 cursor at that and the rest there.
Sure.
So 1 at the Sentinel, 1 hit, nothing, that's fine. Just the other guys.
6s.
6s, nothing. Yeah. Alright, cool.
Assume +1 to hit on that set?
Yep. And then everything else, the 5 guys over there into that set. So go the heavy bolter, 3 damage heavy bolters.
Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s.
T7.
So 4s. So 3 saves.
AP, not
AP 2,
so
yeah.
4-ups. 3 damage.
3 damage.
4.
Melter rifles on 2s. Melty melters on 3s. Okay. 3s.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. So 3.
Yep.
That only.
Don't roll 4 on 2 dice. Yeah. It's exploded. Well, a bit more redeeming. Now you at least get 4 on bring it down. You might even get the Tauros.
Yeah, what's the OC on the Lehman Ross?
3, and I order it to a 4.
Okay. Might charge the Tauros. I think, the Incurses will charge the Tauros.
Yep. Probably only need a 5 or something.
Something like that.
What'd you get?
4.
4? No, so you're just over 6, I think. But feel free to check on your side.
No.
4 won't do it either way. You might need a, I don't know if you need a 5 or a 6.
No, it looks like a 5. That's unfortunate. Oh. I guess that's going to be my turn. Oh, no, that's too late now. It's fine. That's it.
All right.
So I guess small-ish, bring it down.
Yep, 4.
Yep.
I mean, that's decent. You would have liked a 6 for sure. But yeah.
I would have, yeah. Cool. No, I'll discard claims.
I'll go to 3 CP. So I'm getting stand battle lines. Good. And engage. Both of my terraforms are complete. So I'll get a 6/12 4 for this as well. Or do
you get 4 for that, yeah.
Is it cap at 15 or is it 16?
Cap's at 15, yeah.
Cap's at 15. Okay, so 15. Orders. Let's see. So I've still got another Lehman Rice.
Does the terraform count now?
Yeah, from turn 2. I checked in the mission.
I know you've completed. Do you score it now or?
Yeah, because it ends at the end of your turn.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. We're good. Yeah. Sweet.
Cool. Clock on me.
Yep.
Okay. Orders. So this guy will have to put the 4+ in one back on this guy. There's only one in range.
Yep.
I've got engage. So how do I get a engage? 30. Maybe I'll battle shock so I'll have to battle shock them, so I'll have to decide what first. Okay. Orders. So +1 to hit on this, Russ. Centurions.
So he's throwing out his buffs and sorting out his movement there. That was a great start for the Guard and a little bit of a lackluster one from the Deathwatch, I think.
Yeah, you would have loved to pick up that Torox as well for the 6, but didn't get it. Only got the 4, and then unfortunately, Brodie's got double terraform, which is going to be a lot of points over the course of this game. It's 16
That's
primary.
just an auto. Is it 4 points
primary.
every single turn?
Yes.
Automatically?
So 16 primary go locked in for the rest of the game, as well as getting the 15 this turn. So, yeah. And Brodie's going to do a lot of. He's got targets, so he's going to be shooting all his guns this turn. It's looking really good for the Imperial Guard. But,
Yeah, that's definitely a great start. Callum's done quite a good job of not presenting too much,
Yeah.
but there are still things that the Guard can pick off, and they don't need to really go any further forward. He still controls 2 of the 3 center objectives, and the Marines don't control any, so there's no real impetus to push them off anything. Just to pick up a couple of threats that are there and then just let him try again, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Callum's done a really good job of making sure that he can't get shot by too many, like multiple things. He can get shot by a thing, but he's not going to die to a thing.
Yeah.
But Brodie can definitely do a lot of chip damage here just by shooting, a Dawn. A Dawn doesn't kill it in Dominant Kills team, but it hurts.
Yeah.
And it doesn't kill it in Centurion squad, but it hurts. But all of that over the course of the game will continue to add up, and definitely got a really good spot here.
Like it's going to struggle to not max primary at this point.
Looks like, yeah.
You've already got 15. You've got another 12 on the way, no matter what. Plus at least another turn, I think, of holding 2 center objectives.
Yep. And a couple of decent secondaries a turn, because he's got engage in all fronts and extend battle lines. So extend battle lines he's already got, and extend he can do either with the Ratlings there or the Torox. And then he does have models, I think, already on the bottom right corner.
Yeah, so he's
pretty good
getting
draws
at
for
least
him.
small engage, if not large engage, which I think is what he's measuring out now.
So he's already
Given those
got 9
Ratlings aren't
points.
battle shocked, you
He's
can
got
just
9
spend them
points
to do
without
it.
doing anything pretty much, so he'll be pretty happy.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much this turn is going to be how much damage can he do? Can he do enough to really nullify one of these squads, or is his damage going to whiff as well and then give Callum a chance to counterattack when he pushes out? So we'll end up seeing what they can achieve in their shooting phases.
Yeah.
Torox will advance, so go 9 to clear, so he's got an 18-inch move. I mean, surely you'll be able to get, yeah. I don't think I can realistically protect the,
Where is he? On top.
I'm not going to touch on me because I actually think it's a pretty good Overwatch to watch these guys.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put the Ogryn where I need to put them, and then I'll move the Torox in to make sure he gets the
Sure.
gets the thing, if that's all right. I'd like to be that side though. Push that out. Just come back up a little bit. Cool. So that's marking it 4. Okay. So, alright. Yep, I'm going for it. Sending the Dawn in.
Woo!
Okay, so let's move the Punisher out of the way first.
All right. As he sends the Dawn in, so to speak, I am joined here by Adam, who's one of the TOs and judges for the weekend. How you doing?
Very well, thank you, Dalton. Great to be here. We're having a great time. It's a really good community vibe in the room. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And you've hit on something that I really wanted to emphasize there, is the community vibe. Yes, we have 80 players here and coaches from across the country, and they're all coming together around the same thing, and that's playing a lot of Warhammer and having a good time.
Yeah, that's what I like to see. We've got a really strong little community down here in Tassie. Disproportionate number of players for our population, and, you know, part of what makes the scene down here great is that everyone kind of pulls together, and I think we've managed to put on a really great event so far, touch wood. And yeah, I'm excited for everyone to get to enjoy Hobart over the next couple of days and have a good time and roll dice and make new friends.
Yeah. Now, as I was saying, you've put on a fantastic event. It looks great. We can cut over here, actually, and take a look. Yeah, you can see just so many people in this room, and there's another room upstairs. Check out the stream for that one on Tactical Chili from the New Zealand lads. What are your thoughts on how the event's running so far?
Really smoothly, actually. There's something really great about teams, like opposed to singles. Like when you're in a team, you don't want to let the team down, right? So it's this extra kind of social pressure to, you know, put your best foot forward and kind of do the very best and exemplify. You know, you're not just representing your friends, you're representing your state, right? And the community and the building bridges between, you know, your community and our community and your opponent's community. So yeah, my ideal outcome for the weekend is that everyone who plays makes 6 new friends and, you know, goes on to see them next ANZTC or catches up at Uprising or one of the other big mainland events, right? Like it's cool, it's important. Like a lot of people come to 40K for that sense of community and belonging, and I think this is kind of the purest expression of it in Australia.
Yeah, like this is sort of, it's both the highest level of competitive play in the country, but also you're necessitating people travelling from every part of the country to come here and play it. You've got 10 different teams representing different places in the country and in New Zealand, all travelling to the same event every year. And it's a really great place for everyone to meet up and, as you said, make those friends, make those connections, and then we get to go and see them all at every other event that we all attend. Yeah, and it's cool to follow along. You know, sometimes you'll hear about some Australian player going and playing at WTC or off at one of the big American events, and it's nice to go, oh, I had a beer with them, you know, last April, is it at the moment? Last April down at the pub at after the event, and, you know, I relate to them more as a human, and it kind of builds those connections. It's very cool. Yeah. Sorry, I'm handing a notepad back to Carl. There we go. Yeah, no, and that's really cool. One more thing about yourself. If you were playing here at ATC, what would your faction of choice be?
I'm only playing Custodians at the moment, so for my sins, I'm one of those guys. Can be quite polarizing. Yeah, I seldom have a lot of hobby time in my life at the moment, so it's very convenient for me to play a low model count army. And nights aren't real, so, you know, Custodians it is.
There you go. Yeah, well, thank you for joining me on here. Thank you for putting on such a great event. I'm sure we'll hear from you and other people throughout the weekend. I'll let you get back to going around doing a phenomenal job of judging all of these, and we'll crack back on with this game. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Dalton. Cheers.
Cheers.
Or I might just go...
Does Dawn actually fit through that building?
Oh, you're probably right, actually. Yeah, I don't think you'd get
With the sponsors, probably not?
Yeah, happy with that. So I might just take some long range.
You're just used to moving through buildings.
Yeah, I know, tell me about it. So he'll just move out and just basically 10 like that.
Shoot a gun?
And shoot. Well, I only get the turret and the autocannon at this range.
Oh, yeah, and the autocannon, yeah.
And I might move the Lehman Russ 10 inches sideways on the same angle. So if you take the multi-melters, I won't see you, but they're the only guns I really care about. Ooh. So yeah, cool. Both tanks can see you there.
Okay.
Cool. Is that 36 for the plasma as well? Okay, maybe I'll move forward a little bit.
Yep.
36. Does give it a sense something juicy to shoot at back, but you know it is what it is.
How nice.
I'm on an objective. That's not good. Okay, I'll just move them forward and stay off the objective.
Okay.
Better than giving a Centurions full rerolls, I think.
And overwhelming potential?
Yeah. So let's keep off with that down as well.
All right. And one more, while they're fiddling with the minutiae of the guard movement here, trying to make sure you can put out the most amount of damage while presenting the least amount of targetable units. We do have an update. Thank you to Carl for showing us here. We have the team summary. So this is the current standing score of every game in this round for this pairing. So you've got currently New South Wales in the lead, 87-73, 2 points off a draw. So they are very close. Now, obviously, this is very early on. You'll notice these are very conservative scores because they've only just started to really put points on the board. We can expect some of these gaps to widen, some of these gaps to flip. I expect a lot of the 10-10 draw-ish matchups to change. The CSM 10-10 in the mirror, probably pretty accurate, to be honest, but a lot of the others I do expect to see go one way or the other. The Eldar and Custody matchup, currently at a 10-10. I'll make sure we get some updates on that because that is one that I'm interested to see change over time. I suspect that'll swing big one way or another.
I'll actually move up just so I can get a bit further out if I need it. So they'll be right on the corner.
Okay.
Okay,
Is that a 10-man catachance?
10 catachans. Okay. You know, you could rapid ingress the speeder, I guess, and the JPIs. So JPIs,
yeah, either or,
JPI
yeah.
rapid's pretty good actually for flipping objectives. So where do the JPIs go? JPIs probably come in here, I think, to flip that. But you know, it is what it is. Okay, so can I get line of sight there? No. There's no way I...
Yeah, because that's advanced, nothing else is shooting.
Well, I can put a Russ here. And,
instead of there, yeah.
And then stop you, like, coming in there because I'd be able to shoot. But then I give it, like... I don't have enough shooting into them.
Then you've just got the Dawn here, right?
Yeah. Well, Dawn and one Russ, but yeah. That's feel pretty good though. No, I think being able to counter deploy you after you up your downy is more impactful. So I will not bring that on. So over to you if you want to wrap it.
We'll go in that place where you can't shoot me.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool.
Cool. There we go.
Cool. Right, let's do shooting then. So I'm going to start with these guys into the readers. Oh yeah, don't worry. Yep.
Oh, Ogren, yep.
Ogren, yep. 18 shots. 9. 11. 16. 18. 4s and 3s. Pretty bad. 5 hits.
Jesus, okay.
Yeah. 382 to damage.
Make them all?
Yep. Okay. Good chat.
All right.
Right, let's do the middle dawn into these guys here.
Okay.
So, yep, basically he's the one that rerolls ones natively. He's sitting on 3's base.
What?
What's up? Is the camera?
Copy it.
Did I hit it?
Oh.
You just do this.
Oh, right, okay, leaning over. Yeah, got it, yeah, cool. Okay, so Dawn, so I'll do the turret first. 5, 8, plus 2 blast is 10. 6, 7, 8, 10. 3s, reroll 1s. It's garbage.
The rerolls are good.
Cool. Then strength 12, so 2s. Yep. That many AP 2s. Damage 3.
Are you ignoring cover at all?
No, but are you taking the... Some will get covered, some maybe not. I mean, you've got enough in the back there to take cover if that's what you want. Just tell me which weapons you're taking first, that's all I mean.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the back guys, but
Yep.
I think I have a bunch here with cover as well.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you're drawing.
Yep.
Yeah. So back guys will be AP2 this, right?
Yep.
Okay, so 4s.
There's one.
There's 2.
3 ranks.
Yep. We'll do one of the white guys is dead. And an aggressor is fine. And then another white guy is fine. Cool.
So killed
3.
3. The chest gun. 4, 6 with blast. 3's real. Fuck me. Okay. Yeah, just one. AP 3. Damage 3.
Cool.
Then the multi-melters. I've still got all my rerolls here. So reroll ones natively. These are winning of 3s. I'll use my win reroll here. Yep, AP 4.
Cool. One will just go through, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, so damage. I'll use my wound damage reroll here, so kills that guy. And then
There we
guys. Both go through, so first one does it, and then that one good.
Cool.
Cool, and then stubbers. 10, 12, 16. Really ones.
Let's cock reroll that for you.
2, 4, 5.
All good. Lose
Take
one.
Cool. Sweet. Got the autocannon, but should have done that before I did the summer. I didn't use my hit reroll because I'm an idiot. So both hit. Strength 9, AP 3, so damage, AP 1 though. AP 1 damage 3.
Okay. Damage 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Alright, going to shoot the Leman Russ at them. I will overcharge my plasma, so this is the turret. 5. Hitting on 3s, reroll 1s. Winning on 3s. 3 AP 1s, but you won't get covered there. I can see that all. Kills both. Cool. I'll do my hazardous. They're fine. Cool. I guess this Sentinel will shoot into the incursors. Hit fails because I didn't order it. And then let's do the Punisher into the incursors. So the Flamers. I'll find my Hunter Killer actually as well.
Okay.
So that's 10, 3, 6, 10. 3's AP 1. Damage 1.
One and a half.
16, 20. So this is the turret.
Yep.
4s. And then 3s but dev wounds. So 2 dev, and that one saves, AP 0. Cool. 2 more, so 4, 1 wound left. Then the stubber. That's it, and 4s. Yep, AP 0. Yeah,
Oh,
so
just.
and then I lose my Hunter Killer.
Yep.
Okay, over here, I think I do the Dawn first. So only the turret and the autocannon in range there. So turret, it's 4, 7, 8, 9 with blast. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3's not rerolling ones, but I've just got a hit reroll. So I'll use my hit reroll here. 2's, use my wound reroll here. Yep, that many AP 2, so 3 ups, damage 3.
Okay.
Kills 4. Then the autocannon. 1, 3s. No. That's it from him.
Cool.
Cool. To shoot the Russ, I'll charge the plasma and fire my hunter killer. So let's do the turret.
AOC
1, 4, 5. Yep. Oh, you're going to AOC. Well, you're getting cover anyway. You would get it versus the plasma, if that helps. But
Yeah.
yeah, sure. Okay. So 5 from the turret. 3s, really 1s. 3s. 2 AP, effectively 0s. Cool. The sponsons, 3, 1 blast each, 5. 3 0 1s. 3s. AP 3 down to 1.
Yeah.
So flops. Cool. Here's another one. I'll do my 2 hazardous for them. That's fine. So we've got Las Cannon, Hunter Killer. You don't have a wounded guy, right?
Nope.
So Las Cannon hits 2s, yeah, wounds, AP 3, so 4 ups as well. Hunter Killer hits 2s, yeah, AP 3.
One of your hunter killers.
I know,
My hunter killers never hit.
Okay, well, you save it.
Yep.
And then it'll just be 1 max range stubber. 1s, 5s. Nothing. That's it. So 4?
Yep.
So lost 8. How many you got left? So you only lost. So you lost 2 from the Russ. How many was it? Or 3?
I lost
4 from the Dawn.
and 1 from the Russ.
1 from the Russ. So 5. Oh, and you got the captain there as well. Yeah. Makes sense. That'll be it then, I think. Yeah, that was a good OC, definitely. I would have killed another 2 dudes with the
Yeah.
last one.
It was the only place that was valuable, so
definitely.
like,
I agree with that. These 2 guys will shoot JPIs. 1 hit. AP 2 damage to 5 ups, probably not getting covered. Oh yeah, from the back guy.
yeah, sure.
Just kills one. All right. So I only get small engage because they failed their battle shot,
Yep.
and I'll get a big extend.
Yeah, extends easy here.
Yep. All right, and that's it. Over to you.
All right, so definitely a good turn for the guard.
Yeah.
Could have been more efficient, but was still pretty good. I wouldn't call it bad by any means.
Yeah, he managed to take out one of the Indominate kill teams at the top there, which is pretty good. And then took out 5 out of 10 of the second squad. Didn't manage to get to the melters, but managed to kill the 2 heavy bolters there. So it's really only the Centurions and the Indominate kill team that can do damage to a tank. And
Well, we do still have the Gladiator to come on as well.
we do have the Hammer
Sorry,
Strike
not the
come
Gladiator,
on.
the Storm Speeder.
Yeah, but that could kill like a Taurox, but it shouldn't kill a big thing.
That's true. That's
Not
true.
reliably. So yeah, it's looking real bad for the Deathwatch, to be honest, because they're pretty screened out. They've lost a lot of big assets, and Astra Militarum are on all the points. So if he doesn't make a big play here, could be getting a really big score Astra Militarum way.
Yeah, this turn needs to be a big play. A big amount of damage needs to come out, but also he needs to be able to be staging well enough for the next turn. He can't afford to fall behind at this stage.
Yeah.
So he's taking his time at the moment to think about his uppy-downies again. We do have Lawrence just on the other mic with an update on how Team Victoria versus SA is going.
All right, guys, I have a mid-round update for you for Victoria versus SA. So I got 5 games so far in favor of Victoria. That is GK versus GSC, Eldari versus GK, Sisters versus Harlequins, Orcs versus CK, and Stu's Tyranids versus Demons. I did not get the specific scores because they are very comfortable with the scores, and I got our Necrons, Jason versus Custodes SA. That is pretty drawish. And I got Adam's Orcs versus Lucky's Dangles. It's a bit of like 2 points, 3 points behind in terms of WTC scoring. So Vic is like way ahead so far. And then I think it would be a very good round for them. That is my update.
All right, sounding like Vic's doing pretty well. We've also got Carl coming in with an update.
Sorry, I got to put the mic up because Lawrence was using it. It's really low. So I've been upstairs with the ACT New Zealand North matchup. So again, kind of like the similar that we're seeing all around too. Lots of 11-9s, lots of 10-10s type of a matchup. ACT have probably a game ahead at the moment. So they've got slightly more up. The ACT Elder are up, their Byler's up, the Imperial Knights and the Death Guard are all up. The New Zealand's, obviously, their Orcs, which is Flynn, is up against over the Nurgle Demons. And their Guard is up against ACT as well. Everybody kind of across all the coaching staff are like, we're kind of waiting to see over the next 20 minutes to see which of those games that swing hard start to really swing hard, but everything's kind of drawish across the board at the moment.
Yeah, and that sounds like it's the pretty standard at the moment from across most of the teams. And now, as we're about halfway through the round, we are going to start to see those scores differentiate and start to see some winners pull ahead.
So we see here the Centurion's gone up.
Yep.
So they're going to look to come down. We've got another kill secondary, so Callum is again forced to try to put damage on the board. I wanted to talk about, if I was a Deathwatch player, what I would want to do here to come back and what I would want to see.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking at is this Indominate kill team in the bottom right is going to need it to kill 2 things this turn. It's going to need to shoot something and kill it with the multi-melters. It's going to need to charge something and kill it with the captain. And I'm going to have to see the Centurions come up. I would expect them to come up where they can isolate 1 tank to shoot it to death. So we're probably coming down probably in the middle, similar-ish to where the Indominate kill team is right now. That's going to try to shoot either the Dawn or one of the Lehman Russes. He needs to kill something big. Like, if he doesn't kill one of these big Lehman Russes or Urgle Dawn soon, like, he's just going to get pushed out of the game. Like, or he's already down pretty far on primary.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't make something happen right now, then he's probably just going to get 20. So he's going to have to make some good plays. Hopefully, let's see what can he do.
Yeah, definitely. I could see potentially where he is right now, trying to pick up both the Taurus and the Ogryn with that kill team. The JPIs in the center coming across to tag the 2 tanks in the middle could be a way to tie them up for a bit while the Centurions take care of the Rust that's back on the home
Down
objective.
the bottom, yeah.
But just tying stuff up right now isn't what he needs. He needs to be doing more damage than just holding things in place. Because if things hold in place right now, the Guard just steamroll it.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, well, he started moving, so let's jump back and hear what the players are going on about.
Minata.
While that's going on, while Callum's figuring out how he's moving, I wanted to give a big shout out to our sponsors who are letting us bring you this game live from the Australia-New Zealand Team Championship 2025. So thank you to General Games. Check them out for all of your hobby needs, to Miniature Scenery for all of your MDF, terrain and kit needs, Baron of Dice for any fancy dice you require, and to Proxywars.eu If you need models, alternative sculpts printed for a bunch of things, you need some spiky space elves or any variations thereof, head on over to proxywars.eu for that one. Thanks to all of our sponsors letting us bring you events like this live, and I will cut back over to the game.
Cool. So I'm just going to jump JPIs over here. To there. Base there. Jippies there. And sometimes. There.
Yeah, we're good. It's very like movement heavy game, and like because we only it's actually not a lot of interaction, like not really a huge amount of dice. It's more about where stuff is than it is like rolling attacks.
What stuff does, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Do you know where Alex should get at least like he's within the 10 to 14 range, but he's getting down to 3.
Yep. That's good. Yep.
House is like on his way to go to 20.
Yep.
Kobe is on his way to get like 14 plus.
Yep. Any big losses?
Ben is going to get like an 8 to 10. He might drop down depending on like what happens.
Yep.
But he's like stabilized. Woody is like up in the air. He's like either 0 to 20.
Fucking Woody.
Yeah.
Woody woo!
he won't help you otherwise.
It's the awoos.
Woody's just like, I'll let you know after this turn next turn.
Yeah.
He's like, either he tables me this turn or I'm going to over him. And I was like,
I
excellent.
hate that. I couldn't play it. I could not live life like that.
Jordan's like, I'll get you a 10 to 12. That's kind of the deviation.
Yep.
The most helpful communication possible.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Anything can still happen.
yeah.
Anything can happen.
So if you that would be great. I thought I'd ask a bit.
I'll advance with that unit.
Finally
4.
getting a full send with like throwing Rogal Dawns at Space Marines. Right.
We got you on your team. Yes. Double victory.
Yeah, my team never gives me table pick.
Yeah.
It's fucking just.
Well, the only reason I'm playing this army is because I'll get table pick everywhere. And just like I listened to the Art of War podcast a couple of weeks ago. They're saying Hammer of the Emperor can't play on WTC tables, and it's like there's at least 3 good maps in every for every mission. You're always going to get one of those, and so if that's not a constraint, it's actually a really good army. Certainly, it's not an army that you want to be like on the flop or trying to attack like Bile on their table pick or something. You just get wrecked. But
Yeah, table pick's pretty important for this. For you, yeah?
yeah, oh yeah. I'd be playing something else if I wasn't getting. So what are they doing? They normal moving out.
So they normal moved and I just rolled the advance and they move further.
13. Okay.
Yeah, move the total 13.
So you're right in the corner.
Yeah.
So should be about there, or in from the corners about there.
Yeah, Rhino's right in the corner.
Yep. So you got
So it should
just
be
these
like
4
there?
a bit far forward. Yep.
Yeah, but it would have gone like this way, right?
Yeah, directly. I get it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the back flank. So are you trying to charge the sentinel? 13, so I'm 20 over 25 from the Ryan.
No, I'm not trying to say
Yeah,
anything.
okay. So you should be out of 12. Yep, cool. I'm happy with that.
Cool.
Right. Great.
Sweet. Oh, got shots there, shots there.
Yep.
You should all be able to see the rust
One in there poking out.
with the gun, you reckon?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, easy actually. Yeah, it's quite. Cool, get some cover. Keep some towards you that way and get some cover if you shoot that way. Cool. Make sure that's. Just bump him forward. Cool. I'm just hoping they can all see the rust down the back, yeah?
Oh, they'll definitely all see, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
cool.
Just see. Is that the end of your movement?
No, I have more.
See. Oh, you got JPRs and.
And the storm speeder, yeah.
Yep, cool.
Can't drop there anyway, that's fine. Should there be a gap through here?
I don't know.
Because there's one here, but not one there. Because obviously something's been bumped, but yeah.
Yep.
Just double check.
The thing for you.
Yeah, cool. Probably gonna come down there again.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Right, so just
so-
touch it in a bit.
Yeah.
Cool. Means he's just gonna come here instead. Just so we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the base
Range of
is.
the melters, 18.
One is 18, two of them are 36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they're missiles, so they're 36.
Yeah.
Cool.
Missiles are the big mama jumpers. I can see over and. That's it if you want to.
Yeah, pop the clock over to me. Do that, what happens? I can't flip your objective, you've got 10 OC on there.
Yeah.
So, once I get to there, 19, I can't get that far. This might be alright. I can get an order here at least. And then 10, yeah, that feels pretty good. Yep, I think I will rapid.
Ooh.
Almost fell off. This guy was dodgy.
Is that a Vanquisher barrel?
No, it's an actual Lehman Russ battle tank.
On a demo barrel?
On a demo barrel, yeah. So,
Man, if Diffie was here, he'd make you change it.
on stream too, found out. Yeah, God.
Go find someone else's Russ and.
I'll sort this out.
Yeah, sort of.
So no line of sight from the melter. Is out of range anyway? And the... Yeah, cool. So it's just two aggressors and the things. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so he'll go there.
Okay, cool. Oh, you're on the fucking beers, all right. Cool. So we'll start with the speeder. We're going to shoot the two missiles at the Russ and everything else at the at the Torox.
Torox,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry. was going to say who's sabotaging, but he's still.
Yeah. So at the Russ, got his oath, 1 hit, 1 wound.
What's this? AP?
It's AP3, oh, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
5 damage.
Down to.
And ignore cover on that guy.
Yep. 13 down to 8.
Cool. Have our Melter Destroyer at the Torox.
Yep.
2 hits.
T8, so 3s.
1 AP4.
AP4 will go through.
Cool. 6 damage.
Down to 4.
And then 2 cracks at the Ogrins, the missile thingies, the grenades, I should say. 2 hits on 4s. Strength 7. Okay, they wound. AP1. Yeah, AP1.
So 4 up with cover, back to 5s.
Cool.
1 goes through. Damage.
D3.
2. No pains. Both go through.
Cool. Alright, that Gravis squad over there.
Yep.
We're going to put the 2 melters at the Turox.
Yep.
And everything else at the Ogrins.
Sure.
So melter rifles at the Turox. 1 hit. 1 wound.
6s. 6s.
Yep.
Minimum 3. Yeah.
6 damage, yep. Nope. Two aggressors, okay, cool. Rest of the Ogrins. What do I say? Lethals, so they're lethal.
Yeah. What's this one? The melters or the?
No, this is the aggressors, yeah, the bolters. So 3 saves. No AP.
No recover, so just 5 ups there. Yeah. And then some no pains. Takes both, kills the guy, and then goes to the next one.
And then their grenades, number of shots is 9 with no blast. Lethal 5s. You're T6.
T6.
Yeah, okay, so 3. Cool. Just 1 damage. No AP.
No AP, so that'll still go through. You're not giving me.
You're not getting cover.
Sorry?
The aggressors.
Yeah. So both fail. 6 ups. Kills that guy.
Good. And El Capitan. That's 1 lethal and 2 hits. And so 1.
Yep.
1 damage.
Isn't the captain? Oh no,
He's got
the rifle one is.
Yeah. He's
cool. 6 up.
cool.
That's fine.
Oh, I forgot the aggressive fist, the twin linked. On shooting as well. That's right. Cool. We will.
Fire cannons. Yep. Should be out of rapid fire. What, they're 36, right? Or are they?
No, they're 18. I was in this guy, so you put him out.
Yeah.
So the heavy bolters were shooting. They will shoot nothing. So we'll put those 2 heavy bolters.
So they advance and charge with the Watchmaster. Are they assault natively?
No, not natively. No.
So can they shoot when they advance?
The Watchmaster gives advanced shoot and charge, fall back shoot and charge.
Okay. I thought it was just advance and charge. Cool.
Yeah. Just gives them all the stuff. 2 lethals. So just 2 lethals.
Yep.
AP1.
6s.
2 damage.
And, hey, he's alive on 1.
Cool. Oh, I guess a frag cannon shoot there.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. They got nothing else to shoot. All right, max shots.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
I'll tell you what. Yeah. So you're on. You've maxed no press.
Yeah. Cool. Against 2 rattlings, I get 12 shots. Woo! Wow, feels good. This guy's just going to be 2 shots in the dawn because we have Dev, so because I'm not within 12 of that guy, I'm pretty sure. No, I think I'm just outside of 12. My mistake, I could have been closer. Got Oath on him.
Yeah. 6s for Dev.
Yep, just looking for 6s, so Dev.
Down to 17.
So it begins. Cool. Centurions will go everything into the Russ.
Yeah.
Here's some Laz. Here's some. Okay, now they all hit, thank God. 3s, twin links?
Yep.
Alright, just 6 saves. Oh, that's
AP 3 ignore cover, so 5s. 4. It's minimum 8 damage, so he dies. explode.
Oh, you'd already winded him, yeah.
Yeah,
Forgot.
already did. To be expected.
It's alright, you got backups.
Yeah.
Just replace that with the actual battle cannon.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to mess around with that turret. Yeah, it's alright. I'll take that oath. Okay. Cool. What else is there to shoot? Put the JPIs at the Tech Marine.
Yep, makes sense.
Yep. So our... And... Yeah, we'll overcharge as well, yeah. So the 2 bolt pistols hit. Nothing.
T3, one more.
Oh, you're T3, okay.
Yep,
Shit.
down to 2.
Oh, yeah, you're... The last Tech Marine I shot at was
It's not a Tech Marine.
Yeah, last Tech Marine I shot at was a
Twos?
Grey Knight Tech Marine.
Okay,
So 2, yeah.
5 up in one.
He's dead. Hazardous. I'm good. Yeah, I'm used to shooting at Grey Knight Tech Marines, and they're big boys. Cool. I think that's all the shooting done. We'll now do some charges.
So these are definitely key charges. Lachlan was just pointing out that if he can't connect and put enough damage through right now, the game basically is over from this point.
Pretty much. So he's looking to hit this charge into the Rogel Dawn. He got a 6. Oh, that was into the Sigil Ogren. So this Watchmaster has the secrets, and if he can hopefully kill that Tanker Master, he can get some primary on the board, deny the opponent some primary. So we'll see if he can do enough damage with the charge and the shooting. He's already killed 1 Lemon Rust and a little bit of extra stuff. If he can kill the second Rogel Dawn, he'll be in a better spot.
Yeah.
If he leaves it alive and it gets to shoot again, that'll be hard to come back from.
And then your engagement range becomes 32.
So I'm within 5?
Yeah, call it a 5. I think you're just on.
Oh, cool.
5.
6. That's fine.
Might lose a couple of guys attacking.
Well, within 9 plus a 2-inch engagement range, so I need to be within 11.
My understanding of the WTC pack is that you gain the 2-inch engagement range when you can't.
It's the building it stops it, yeah.
So you need to still physically make engagement range before you trigger the 2-inch.
Yeah, that's fine.
Happy if someone on the stream wants to correct me though, but that's my. That's my understanding.
It's because we don't actually use tokens like we're supposed to.
So 2 miss out. I'm happy with those 3.
Yeah, so 6.
Yep.
And then 6. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll just do some movement after.
Cool.
What else we got? We're going to do this Vet Squad into the Dawn.
Yep.
7, I believe, makes it because your turret. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think 5 would have made it.
You want to just take this off and make life a bit easier?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. 7. So he's going to have to base there. Which one's going to base there? Comes out there. Let's go 7. And these guys will just stay out an inch of that dude.
Sure.
And then we'll same with these guys.
Yep.
Cool.
That's good.
We'll shuffle over a bit actually.
Yep.
Just make some room. So we'll try this 9 with the J.
Sure.
Actually, no, they're sabotaging, so they're not going to move.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep. We'll try the 9 with the speeder though into the into the Punisher. 10.
Cool. That's good.
Jesus Christ. Almost tripped over that cable so many times. So I don't think I even have to pivot. Cool. Just gonna go like. So I rolled a 10, yeah, so I have to base you, yeah.
You make the point as well.
Yep.
Yep.
What's this charge? Looks like a 6 to that. So those JPIs will try for the Dawn, actually.
Yep.
4 doesn't make it. That's going to be it, I think. Yeah. Not interrupting, not that it would be fun for you. Yeah, sorry, it's hanging down a bit.
Yeah, I'm getting ready.
I'll just start over here because you're not interrupting anyway. Yeah. That, yeah. Cool. So just go.
I'm happy to just take him off. Just do your move and then I'll take him off.
Sweet. So place that guy there, and then he's just going to go there.
Yep. So 3 fighting and then.
Yep. And then we'll pile in close to the objective. So we'll go on it. There, and there. Cool, there you go. We'll do some Reavers. So we've got some pile-ins. They're not going to fight, but they're just going to pile in.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I have 3 fighting. 2, 3 guys. 1 3s. Nothing special, because you don't have a character there, right? No. So 3s again. She's okay. 4 AP ones.
Yep. 3 die.
3 dead.
Can't pull myself out of coherency now, unfortunately.
Oh. I'm just gonna. Cool. That's fine. She's gonna go there instead. We'll just come across a bit. That's fine. Other fights.
All right.
Actually, if he goes there, that's fine. Do that. And then these guys will just touch on there. Cool, so we have 4 Jeffs fighting your Russ.
Yep.
This is 3s, 1s.
6 lethals.
Some lethals, yep. And then 6s. So just 2 saves. No AP. Nice. Cool. Didn't expect much. Then we got 4, 2, 3, 4. So we have the 2 power weapon guys.
Yep.
So first power weapon dude, so I'll just fish for 6s because
Well, you want lethals, yeah, you want your 6s. So.
nothing.
6s.
Nothing, cool. The other dev power weapon.
Oh, yeah.
But
So just a lethal? Or
that was to reroll hits because you're oathed.
oh yes,
Yeah.
okay, so you're rerolling everything. Yep.
Yeah, I rerolled the 2 nons because I'm going for the lethals.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't. Yeah.
Yep.
So just 1.
Yeah. So
Yeah, AP2. Yeah, you're good. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4 hammers into the dawn.
Yep.
Your
4s
T13.
with lethals. T12.
Okay.
So 4s and 5s.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if I want to fish everything else, probably. So, okay, 1 so far. It's a good number of hits though.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's mathematically better to fish.
I think if you're winning on 5s, it's always better to fish. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah, but then when you're winning on 5s, like 50% of them are dev.
yeah, I'll just do that.
So there's another rest of this.
Another lethal.
2 lethals. So. 5s.
So 4 saves and a dev.
Yep.
AP2.
2 go through, so 9 damage. Down to 17, down to 8.
Sorry. I will try and stay cognizant of it. Watchmaster.
Yep. He has lance side check.
He does, yeah.
So,
I won't.
So you're still only winning on 5s.
He's strength 7 because of the Thief of Secrets.
Oh yeah, okay, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good. So he's winning on 4s.
Yeah, so him I won't fish for.
Yep.
Although he hits on 2, so maybe.
Maybe? Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Nothing's. Oh no, it's fine. I'll just do 4s.
Yep.
2 saves. Damn. AP 3.
AP 3.
AP 3.
Oh yeah, for 3. So 1 goes through.
Cool. D3 plus 1. 2 damage. Woo!
Need 1 more to at least bracket.
I did, yeah. 18 wounds. He doesn't bracket on 6. It's normally a third, isn't it?
It's under a third. Yeah, let me.
Oh, it might be 5 because it might be less than a third.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. 1 to 6 remaining is bucket.
Oh, cool. All right, sweet. All right, that's it. It's going to be your returns.
While the guard tanks attempts to ram some Space Marines, we have a Gutierrez update on the state of the Team Vic versus Team SA matchup. Lawrence, take it away.
All right. Do you want to be a fast toadies or as slow as Death Guard? All right, let's go in the middle. Again, updates for Team Vic and SA. I will be mentioning Team Vic first. All right, we have GK versus Jesse, looking at 14-6 for Adam. We have Kyle's Eldari versus GK at 11-9. We have Reese's Sisters going into the Harley Queens at 13-7. We have Jez's CSM versus Votan at 13-7 as well. We have Solis Orcs versus CK of Pope at 13-7 as well. We have the Dangles of Lucky Callahan versus Napier's Orcs at 10-10. We have Jason's Necrons versus Custodes at 11-9. And we have Tyranids of Stew versus Demons at 13-7. So we are looking at a very comfortable margin of 93-67 for Team Victoria. Is it now slow or is it still fast? I think it's just fine, Mr. Lachlan, yeah? That ends my report. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gutierrez.
Indeed. So we have some secondaries drawn from the Astra Militarum. We have behind enemy lines and no prisoners. Also a 3 scored in sabotage and a 5 on no prisoners for Deathwatch. Taking the score, currently sitting at a 14-6 with an additional 10 points on primary this turn for the guard.
Did manage to dump a bunch of OC on there with the Deathwatch veterans, but did not get the kill, which means the counterattack here is about to be pretty vicious.
Yeah, if they'd managed to put one of the 2 tanks in the middle, particularly the Rogue Dawn, down as well, this would be a bit quite a game. As it stands, short of some pretty big whiffs from the guard, this should be a turn where they can clean up a lot of the Deathwatch bodies.
I think if I was the Imperial Guard player, I would ignore the Centurions this turn.
Yep.
For the most part. I would want the Indominate dead, and I would kill everything in the middle. And then the Centurions can just pick around the edges. Like, they're not going to do anything that substantial. And I would expect the Deathwatch player to be losing most of his models this turn, unfortunately.
I think so. We can see some battle shocks being rolled there as well. Very briefly, we'll head with a whole team summary update. We have just here, you can actually see where the teams are standing. This is a current score for both teams. New South Wales.
Getting an update.
Hold on, there is a live update happening on this. Locked in. All right, live update. All right, thank you, Carl. We have the Orcs, piloted by Michael House, have finished their game.
Ooh,
and
19-1.
locked in a 19-1 over WA into the Nurgle
I
Demons.
did
by
not
John
think that
Edward.
would be too bad a matchup, but
Yeah, so current scores, with one of them completely locked in already, we have 101 New South Wales to 59 WA.
yeah, a lot of swings.
Yeah.
That's definitely not what you would have wanted to see, and especially if Callum is expected, I would say, to go down here
Yeah.
fairly brutally.
So there's an interesting point here. Depending on this, might establish a pattern. It might not too. But in round one, New South Wales had pretty good scores, and were actually looking to win the round for a good chunk of the last hour. And the last few games coming in were big flips for Victoria,
Yep.
which basically flipped the scores for the round. WA definitely looking to try and pull off something similar here. It'd be honestly pretty morale crushing for either team to lose here.
Yeah.
I think WA coming into the event as one of the favourites.
For sure, yeah.
Losing twice in a row to teams that, are, at least on paper, they favour themselves into is not a great way to start the weekend.
No, unfortunately it wouldn't. It definitely puts them out of coming first, and maybe even a podium if they...
I think 2 losses short of some weird jank to get in third, I think is knocked out of the podium.
So we're going to have to see some of the Western Australia big hitters punching back.
Yeah.
You know, Lockie Rig.
It is worth saying, some of these games are still very 10-10, very drawish. The Eldar Custodes game could still be a massive swing.
Yeah, still plenty of time. So
The CSM Mirror could be, although I do think with New South Wales is favoured there. Yeah, we'll have to see. That said, let's cut back down and see how this game is panning out. So, thoughts this turn. What do we need to see just to cinch the win? You've seen a couple of fallbacks in the centre there.
Yep, so they can fall back and shoot with a CP, I believe.
Yep.
So, it looks like he's getting overwatched. That's kind of fun. This could actually be important, depending on what exactly is shooting right now. But if I was Callum, I would really just be hoping to pass a lot of saves this turn. If you want to keep it. Oh, he killed the Dawn in Overwatch. That's really big.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's impressive. There's a game here now. That's
There's a
really
game.
cool.
I wonder if that's a mistake. I wonder what Overwatch. Do the Centurions have a line? Not sure, but that's probably a big mistake actually for Brodie there. He probably shouldn't have fallen back with him being that low. But yeah, that can do a lot.
Yeah. All right, well, let's actually hear how they're going with it.
Maybe not. It'll be like that.
Because that's a bit of a pivot as well.
Yeah. So it's off like that. It's off the objective. I can just pivot and see over with the turret. It's probably 8. So if he's going 8 like that, and then pivoting, is that going to be the... Yes, it's 2, yeah. So, like this. So I'm on.
I don't
think I've got it.
I don't think so, no. I'll take that.
Going to take this time as well while they, again, fiddle with the minutiae of movement to shout out all of our events. You can see a link down in the description below to the Risky Rollers Events Facebook page and to our website, riskyrollers.com.au, where you can get tickets to a bunch of events upcoming in Victoria. We've got Calling the Benners, a singles GT happening on the 24th and 5th of May. Tickets available online. If you're enjoying this team's format event, you can come and see Victorian Team Championships and come participate. It's a 5-player team GT happening on the 21st, 22nd of June up at the luxurious Manningham Hotel and Club. You can see our stream from that last year. It was an absolutely phenomenal event. Can't wait to run that one again. coming up, if you enjoyed this WTC-style 8-player teams format, we have an open 8-player teams event, the Risky Rollers Team Tournament, happening on the 4th and 5th of October. Tickets are available now online, as well as our big singles major, the Risky Rollers Open, the 1st to 3rd of November. Tickets available online. Check those out. And follow us at Risky Rollers Events on Facebook, all linked in the description below. Now back to the game.
Well, because it's like the
Do that for now.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, what I think is like the not there. Pivot. So is that just off the objective? Pivot. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. So 8 like that, and then pivot.
But you'd have to pivot to get your turret through the wall at that angle, right? Already?
Sorry, I can't get wholly on that way anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be pretty spicy. So. Let's see what I can do. These guys will have to be on their ruin, right? Because they fought through.
No, because 2 inches they don't have to be. The front ones that fought only needed 2 inches, and you were up against the wall.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. What else can I shoot? Can I shoot the Centurions? Can I shoot that way? Shoot these guys. It's probably okay. Yeah, I don't feel that bad about that. Prisoners, 1, 2. So here they get on the side. Knock it off. Start after that, or do I go for? How much OC have you got on this?
17. Speed is 3, all the boys are 2. Yeah.
Okay, so here's a 1. You might get a 12. So that for CP is okay. Need to kill stuff. Yeah, so I think I just do this. 10, 18, yeah, okay. You just do a normal move. See what? Yeah, maybe I did. I think 3.
Yeah, the Dawn gave it to him beforehand. Yeah.
Cool. Just moving each off there. Dude, do you want to reactive? You'll probably escape me, but
You can shoot if you want.
Okay. And this guy. So we'll go 6. Let's advance the cadence. Silly. I think we're good. Or do I want to move the Taurox? What do I want to do with the Ratlings as well? Might as well advance the Ratlings. Cool. Do we get on? 10 gets on. Just in case your las cannon the random us. You've been known to do. Okay, that's. Oops. Do I charge or do I shoot? Yeah, get him next turn. Actually, do I have a? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Shooting. Let's start over here. You don't have CP, but you got your 2 free ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you get AOC 1. He'll put his real ones to hit on the
JPIs.
JPIs. Okay. Start with the Dawn because it can only see 2 things. It'll do the multi-melters, stutters, and chest gun into the JPIs, and the turret and the autocannon into the Centurions.
Okay.
So let's do the turret. 7, 8 blast. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna use my rerolls. Just want to keep the JPIs. Actually, I'll use my reroll here. Reroll is hit. Hits. Cool. Then 3s. I won't use my wound roll here, so it's just 4 AP2s.
With cover, so 3 ups. 1 goes through.
Yep, then the autocannon.
Yep, so 1's on 1.
1.
All good. 1's on 1.
The multi-melters into the JPIs.
Yep.
to use my heat rail. Fuck, just fucked it. Yep, wounds 84.
How many?
1.
1? Okay. Oof. Yeah,
so,
cool. Yes.
These, yeah, kills go.
Kills go.
Chest gun. 6, 7 with blasts. But, there you go. 2s. Yeah, good. So 7 AP, 3 damage. Yep, kills 4. Yep,
That's the unit. Cool.
I was rerolling ones from the Sentinel field. Okay, let's do the.
You killed him anyway.
Killed him anyway. Yeah, exactly. Let's do the Leading Us into the Deathwatch.
AOC.
Let's do the turret. 6, 7, 8 with blast. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 4s with for rerolls. And 2s. 5.
5 3-ups.
Yep.
So 3 Jeffs. 3 Jeffs dead, 3 damage.
3 dead.
Yep.
Yep.
And then invul is good on a 5.
Yep.
So 3 Jeffs.
Plasma overcharging goes in 3 plus 4 is 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Twos. Not that many.
5.
6. Are they
Oh,
all
geez,
on AP3 down to 2, down to 1 with a couple of 4?
Cool, 2 more dead.
Cool. Punch killer. Real 1s. Yep, misses. Last card. Real hits. 2s. 3.
All good.
No, that'll kill.
AOC and cover.
Yeah, okay. Yep. And then there's stubber. 4s.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, yeah.
I think stubber goes in the last one.
1 wound, all right, cool.
Do the Sentinel into them.
You got bumped, sorry?
I didn't think he made it on.
I bumped him when I picked up the Marines.
Because you had a guy there, like right where he was, and like he would have had to be standing on top of where my Sentinel is.
Sure? Okay.
Yeah. Also got OC2. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the Sentinel into the Deathwatch, the Marines. Las Cannon. I'll fire the Hunter Killer as well. Misses the Las Cannon or the
Hunter Killer, whatever.
2s wounds. AP3.
All good.
Sweet. All right. Then let's do over here. So you've AOC'd. I could. Yeah, I think I just get the big unit while you're in no cover.
Everything in the Gravis?
Yeah, everything in the Gravis turret. I'll overcharge it. So 4, 7, 8 with blast. 3's rerolling everything. It's cocked.
Yeah, reroll that one.
So miss. Yep, all hit. 3's. 4 AP1s, no killer. 2
dead.
3, 6, 8 with blast.
Plus only +1 for blast, but yeah.
Yeah, I rolled 6 plus 1 each.
Oh yeah, 2 plasma, yeah.
Yeah.
You're good, yeah. 3.
3, sorry, 6 AP3s, so 6 ups.
1, 2, 3 more, so
That's the dudes.
excellent.
And then just the captain.
Yep.
So the last cannon hits. Yep, wounds AP3.
Goes through.
I can't see people. And then Hunter Killer.
So he's taken
Hits.
1.
Taken 1. Wounds.
Okay.
How many's he got left? That's 5.
Down to 3, so he's got 2 left.
He's taken 5.
It's half damage.
Oh, he's half
Yeah,
damage.
Gravis
Right,
cap,
okay,
all
yep.
Gravis cap is half
Yep.
damage, yeah.
This is the stubber. 5s. Just 1.
All good.
Cool. Charges. Sentinel wants to go in there.
Oh, I don't think so. Strength 10, 3 damage a pop. Yeah.
Sentinel will go for a long bomb on the JPIs, just see if I can get a behind.
Oh, sure.
No. Okay. Okay, do I want to charge here? Yeah, I'll charge here. This guy.
Okay.
Yeah, should have said both, but. Cool. Okay, just do my shield attacks here. Strength 7, so 3s. 3 AP zeros.
Takes 1 wound. Yes. Roll him down to 1. Yep. I'll fight you back. Fists. Okay, 2 hits. 1 save there.
Saves.
AP2, yeah. The chainsword. All hits. Oh, sorry, that's a lethal as well. That's 6. 5s. So 2 AP1, 2 damage. It takes 2.
So, getting only
2 no pris.
2 no pris.
JPIs and the aggressors,
Yep.
yeah.
So that's 4, and then I'll discard behind for a second.
Okay, discard behind. Cool.
Cool. Over to you.
I can't pick anything up, so it doesn't matter. Engage and overwhelming.
Battle shock there.
All right. So the end of that turn, I think that was probably less effective than the Imperial Guard were hoping for.
Yeah, because he got that Overwatch on the Rogal Dawn, which has saved his middle. So he's still got some counterplay, luckily, Callum, but he did take out the Indominate Kill Team.
Yep.
And so that's a lot of damage.
It's just the character
taken out.
left on his own now.
So he's really just got the 2 big bricks for a lot of his damage, and he's still behind a lot on the primary and the secondary.
Yeah, it's still looking good for the Guard, but that
We've got a game.
There's a game there. Now we have a Gutierrez update, I believe.
Gutierrez update.
Who's not paying attention?
He's not paying
Lawrence.
attention, but he's going to pay attention too, and he's going to give you Gutierrez.
Alrighty,
update.
we have a Gutierrez update coming in hot from ACT. Nope.
Is one final score for one game in Team Vic versus SA, and that is Jess's Sisters of Battle versus my own favorite list, which is the Harlequins, and it went 20-0 in favor of Team Vic. So that's the update. In NT versus, in ACT versus New Zealand North, according to both coaches, it's still very drawish still. They didn't give me any number, but they said it's still very drawish. That's all from me.
All right, well, thank you, Lawrence.
The Gutierrez update.
Love the Gutierrez update. Now we have Callum here spending his time to think about... Well, he's already drawn secondaries, so he's thinking about movement and things. Let's listen to them while I fix up the graphic here.
Yep, that's what we're going to cover anyway. Remove so we can ignore cover on that guy. Basically, Cool. There. I'm going to get overwhelming. Actually, I need...
Quick update, got Henry in chat asking how Imperial Guard are 25 on primary. They scored 15 on turn 2 with Terraform, including a guaranteed 4 points every turn from that, and then a 10 on turn 3.
$14 is easy, yeah. Yep. For our other engage. And then he's going to fall back. Cool. Actually, let's go our whole 6. We'll move our whole 6 in case we want to charge him. Scraping the bowling barrel now. Cool.
Yeah, got just under 10 minutes left, so I'd probably just roll the things that, that are really going to impact you.
Centurion's on that Ross.
Yep.
Thank God for rerolls. Okay. So 4 saves. All go through. Yeah, I move them so that you don't get cover. Yeah.
I don't think you can.
From the gun, right? Yes.
Yeah, even from the gun, right? I don't think you would get air from this.
I had more. Sorry, from here it looked like you were flush with the terrain, but I had more move.
Yep. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So I'll move it up so it's not.
Yep.
Ignoring things. How many was it?
All 4.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Let's explode. Cool.
All right, cool. Thunderstrike into the rust in the middle.
Yep.
Storm. Oath. 1 hit. Nothing. 3 melters. All hit. 1 AP 4.
Sweet.
7 damage.
Cool. Down to 6.
The crack grenades, thingies, oath. Nothing, strength 7.
Yeah.
Cool. These guys, 5, 10, 15, 20. So just their double shooting and then a grenade afterwards. Fives. Looks like 3 AP1s.
2 or 3.
A crack grenade, hits, wounds, AP1.
Save.
Cool. That's.
Down to 5.
Here's a 3-up armor?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, sweet. They keep changing them every edition, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I know.
It's a nightmare.
RIP 3-man Sentinel squads.
Actually might give up on that just to. How should we do this? I think that's it for shooting, right? Cool. Did I actually cook myself? Maybe I did cook myself. They're just going to go into. Oh, the Reavers are going to terraform as well.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So JPR is going to go into Catachans.
Hey, no. Yeah, definitely over 3.
No. Yeah, you're fine. Cool. It's 2 failed charges with JPIs per turn. Great. You have a CP for Overwatch. We're going to try and charge here. 5. I don't think it's be very close. No. You're right. Failing all our charges. Great. Shit. All right, now Speedy's gonna have to go back in there because I don't want to get overwatched. Cool.
Yep.
He's in. Cool. And then these guys in there.
Yep. Cool. I will overwatch them with the Leaving Rats.
Sure.
So I'll overcharge as well. So I'll do you got a wounded guy first, right? Let's do the stubber. 3 hits. Nice. 4. 4s. 2 AP zeros.
All good.
The battle cone. 3. Do you have blast? Yeah.
1.
1. So 3, 6, 7. 6s. I'm rolling super hot. Yeah. 4 2s. Yep. 3.
All good.
Yep. Nice, and they're overcharging plasma. 3. 4 5 with blast. Nice. 3. So 2s. AP3. You'll kill both, and then hazardous is fine, and then finally last cannon. Misses, reroll. No, that's it. So it costs just 2.
Yep. So halfway there. Cool. Let's go here now. So hammers. Oaths. Okay. Nothing. Cool. Watchmaster. Just gonna fish for sustain because it's on 2s. Cool. 1 sustained. And then 4s. So 3 AP 3.
Save 1.
You got 6, 4, 5, 6 damage.
Are they plus, they're plus 1?
D3 plus 1, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. 6 explode. What am I live there?
Thank God. This guy's just gonna, might as well touch on.
Yep.
When we can. I'm just gonna stay there. This will be my turn, I guess.
Cool. Alright. My turn can I did Overwatch, so down to 1, back to 2. Let's draw cards. Getting overwhelming force, good, and sabotage, so fine. Orders. Probably just going to advance and shoot on. So 16, yeah. Okay, I'll plus 1 to hit on the Dawn and plus 3 move on this. So yeah, plus 3 move 1. Okay, do you want to? So I'm going to move all these guys out onto the point.
Okay.
Do you want to Overwatch? Do you have, what do you got?
Oh, I should have a CP, yeah. I just didn't go up this turn. And I'll have Watch Commander free CP as well.
Oh, sorry, hang on. Let me just think about these 2 o'clocks on me. I can. They're terraforming, so they can't heroic.
Yep.
So I could charge them. Or I can shoot the JPIs and then charge him without getting Overwatch. Okay, that makes more sense. Grenade might be good. Yeah, that one is. Okay, I'll just do that. Move all the guys out so they can see the dude. 10, so he's going to normally on. This guy will pivot and move 8. assume you scored the primary.
Yeah.
Already. These guys will. We'll just take 3 pushes. These guys will all advance. What did I get? Sabotage. Okay, so actually I need to try and feature not in the point zone. So probably just doing the these guys then. So they'll just move off and sabotage.
Yep.
Well, actually, I'll just it's going to be
put them in there. Yeah.
Point zone. Okay, let's do. These guys are all advanced in the Torx. I pre-measured that they're all within 10, so they're basically just going to do that.
Okay.
Left. And the Royal Dawn. If I do that, I can.
All right, while they're doing some movement here, we have another Gutierrez update. Take it away.
All right, as the round actually is almost done, we got some lock-in scores already for Team Vic versus SA. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games finished, and the first one I would announce is who's this one? GK's Adams GK versus GSC, 18-2 for Victoria. I got Kyle's Eldari versus SA's GK. That's 14-6 for Victoria. And then I've already announced earlier Riz Sisters to Eldari at 20-0. I also have Solis Orcs versus SA's CK at 17-3. And last one, so far, this is the only win so far for SA, is Orcs versus our Lucky Callahan's Dangles at 11-9. So just 3 more games, and I think this should be already in the bag for Team Vic.
Looks like a
Thank you.
Team Vic win there.
Pretty comfortably by the sound of it too, yeah.
See Peter advance and shoot. I might actually just do that so that Okay, let's do.
How's it going? I've had no one come in and give me an update. Okay.
Okay, let's do Lehman Russ into the dudes. I'll overcharge.
Yep.
Do the turret. 6, 9, 10, 4, 10. 3s didn't get an order, so 4s rerolling everything. And then 2s. That we need to unswirl those. AP1, damage 3. AP is 3. And then the 5
Yep.
Getting 4 6 shots.
No, that was hits.
Yeah, that was hits.
Yeah, I keep thinking it was weird.
Yep, so 4 AP3s. Cool. They're dead. 2 hazardous. Both fine. Let's do the Catachan's going to shoot at the. Actually, do I want a grenade? No, I can't
see him.
shot. Grenade the captain. What do I want to charge on? Just shoot their dudes. Get heroic. Yeah, just shoot. I'll grenade the captain.
With
The Catachans.
didn't you go back behind the building with the Catachans?
Yeah, it's still on that one. I should be able to see the.
Oh, okay.
And then, if not, okay, I'll maybe I just left it.
That's
A bit too far away. But let's do.
You can do it if you want.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So 6. Just 1. Great.
Cool.
Then they'll shoot the Marines, so 2 flamers. 9. 5.
who are you shooting?
This is the Catachans into the Marines. So that many wounds.
Right, how many Catachans are shooting?
All the Catachans on that line with this guy.
Oh, okay. Sure, yeah, cool.
Yep.
All right.
So that many flamies. Do you want to scroll those?
Oh.
Yep, AP 0.
Take a wound.
These
down one.
guys. And 5s. Yep, 2.
All good.
Keep blast. Okay, let's do the Linras. I'll do the multi-melters. Multi-melters. Do the turret and chest gun. Multi-melters, stubbers. So multi-melters, chest gun. No, other way around. So turret.
Both guns on the turret?
Chest gun.
Okay.
Multi-melter studders and autocannon. So turret and chest gun into the JPIs. Turret.
Okay.
9, 10 with blast. 7, 10.
How many times do you want to roll max shots?
Yeah, that's good. So he's hitting on 3. He's still got my hit wound roll. I'm winning on 2s. He's a wound roll here. How many open 2s? Yeah. Cool.
Okay, lose 3.
Cool. And then the chest gun. So, nice.
Max shots again. Okay.
3s. Let's go. That's 2s. AP 3 as well. 1 left.
1 left. Okay.
Then the multi-melter. So I'll do stubbers first into the. Here's 1.
So this is the rest into the readers, yeah?
Yep.
Cool.
It's 4s, so just 4, 5 from.
No AP?
Yep.
Lose
2. He's got a wounded guy.
Yep.
And multi-melters. All hit. Nice. Then 2 is the wound. Yep. 4 AP4s. Yeah, cover. 6 ups. Yeah, just do this. Cool. Cool. Okay, that's it. Do I want to? I think you'd maybe be able to hurry if I do that. I get in there anyway. I might be pulled off. I don't think I can get there. Yep. So you'll just stay there. Cool. So max for overwhelming and sabotage. I don't think I had the unit count to do it, so I'll just discard that for a second.
Okay.
Over you. 2.
Cool. Doesn't matter. It's fine, we'll just draw. 2, 2. Captain's dead. That's fine. Okay.
Did you get it?
Recover and storm. I'm going to cycle recover. Contain. Okay. Cool. Cool. He's within 15, so he's going to do here. Bloop. Let's do some battle shocks. JPI. Fails. Watchies, Master Fasters on a 10.
Cool.
That is it. Yep, cool.
Yep. So if he failed, then I'll probably overwatch that one because... Oh, you want an objective.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You're going to kill him... No, I'll keep it.
Cool. I should read something as well. With that gone. There then. Can you? I'm just going to advance the
All right, so that turn from the guard there, doing a lot of work, trying to clear a lot of space, and they've done a pretty good job. The central objective there's fairly clear, except for Lieutenant, I believe, and they've picked up the entire kill team on the bottom right-hand objective. They've still got Centurions, the Gladiator's still in the center, and there's still... Is there anything in the Rhino currently?
No. The Rhino's just on there for primary.
I mean, it's stopping the Sentinel taking it, so that's pretty handy.
Exactly. Like, the rest of this game is pretty much just going to come down to how many points can Callum score at the back end.
Yeah.
The guard players already scored a good chunk of their primary. Their primary is pretty much locked in for the rest of the game. Like, they'll keep getting 10s for a couple more turns. So we'll just have to see how much Callum can score at the end when he's getting his late game 15, hopefully.
Yeah, there's something to remember that we haven't really touched on. Deathwatch are going second, so that's always good for, I mean, almost always good for every game, but in this one, you can get a whole bunch of terraform points right at the end.
You can, except there's only one terraformable objective left. So that's going to limit the amount of points you can get at the very, very end.
But it's also the one where they have access to down the bottom corner.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the diff is just going to depend on how much they can hold on and not lose. Like, we're probably going to see just a consolidation, just both of them trying to kick each other off primary as much as they can.
Yeah.
And then just see how much primary Callum can get at the end.
Yeah, I also we've got some shooting going on here, so let's fade them back in, see how it's going.
5 saves, AP2.
Save.
Cool. That's fine. Hammer Strike will shoot you.
Yep.
The Storm Missiles, Oath, 2 hits, 1 wound, AP3.
Is saved.
AP3, yeah, you're good.
Yep.
Melters, 2 hits, 2 wounds.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Okay. Crack grenades, I guess. Doesn't wound.
Wow.
Fun. Cool. All right. So Rhino will shoot you. Hunter Killer. Reroll. Hits. Does wound. Yeah, he's dead.
Does he explode?
No, cool. Where's my tape measure? There we go. Cool. Those units are going to try and charge your Torox.
Yep.
4. I'm going to re-roll that. That makes it. 11. Cool. Actually, he couldn't have base, so he's just going back there. Rhino's going to charge your thingy. Just walk you in. Cool. JPI will stay where he is. It's fine. Cool. Go over there. The hammer. 2 hits. 1 wound.
Yep.
Cool. He makes it. Watch ye. 4 hits. 4s. Okay, shit. 4 saves.
AP3.
AP3, yeah.
Explode.
Is it done? No.
Cool. 10 dudes.
Yeah.
4. All good.
Cool. I don't care about any other.
All right, man. Screwing up, so you're out of time. I'll let you score, but for my turn 5, recover and secure. Basically, they'll move. Sorry, I'll order. Do I have any orders? I don't have any orders. So all I'll do is this. Then.
So no rolling?
Sorry?
No rolling?
Yeah, no rolling. I'll let you score just to get you playing up. But yeah, so I'll spend a CP for him to move through the wall.
All right, couple of things of interest to note here. Callum German is clocked out, so Deathwatch can do nothing but roll saves. The other one to mention as well right at the end there, now all of those bodies popping out of the Taurox will deny, or will claim primary on the home objective and deny Callum it. However, they are battle shocked automatically as they pop out of the vehicle, which is why Callum's automatically scored 5 points on Storm hostile objective back there.
Yep.
All right, now on to a bit of shooting.
1 5s. Fails. 2 hazardous. Takes 3 down to 10. Won't matter anymore. Then the las cannon hits wins. 2 because you're
All good.
Okay. So I'm not going to kill it.
So that's going to be contested, yeah? Alright, cool.
So I guess I recover with both of them, and that's it. So I'll get recover and secure, small recover,
and small secure.
Big secure because I've 2.
OC3?
Yeah.
OC3.
Oh, you're 3 as well. Okay.
Yeah. That's why AOC deck is.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. I don't have anything else that'll do that. So yeah, I guess that's it.
This doesn't really matter.
Assassinate behind.
Cool.
They'll need a battle shock, I guess. Fail, so no behind.
Oh, I had a CP. Oh.
Cool, man. I think that's it.
Yeah, because you can't do anything else. Sure. Game, dude.
Okay, game.
What do I get? Yeah.
So,
I should just auto pass that.
turn. I think you already auto passed, or maybe I was thinking of it. So I'm getting 2 for that terraform, and then that was 2 because I terraformed both. Cool. 49, and then small recover, small secure. Overwhelming, discarded sabotage. Yep, cool. Just thought I was going to get like a 16 plus, but the fuck up with the Dawn fallback, basically.
I mean, that wasn't a fuck up. That was me getting.
Well, I could have just stopped it with the Punisher falling back, because if I had the Dawn.
Fell back in first. Yeah.
Had the Dawn shooting there, it was pretty much game over. But cool.
I think you're right. I have already used my auto pass, but would have got. Yeah, doesn't matter.
I think it didn't matter anyway, because I got 2 for thingy and it didn't actually move the score, so 2 for behind wouldn't have changed the 46.
Oh, you probably not. No, it's fine.
All right, Dunzo. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, so that wraps up the game. Blisteringly fast pace on end of turn 5 there. It was taking me a minute just to catch up and keep up with the scores. Let us see the single summary here. We have a 14-6 win for Brodie Middleton on the Astra Militarum over Deathwatch by Callum Germain.
Could have been worse, honestly.
Could have been a lot worse. And just a heads up, chat, as well. We did let the judges know on the error with scoring the primary, but the players ended up catching it themselves right at the end there as you heard them fixing it.
Yeah.
Although I will say this, they've missed one of them. Doesn't change the score, I don't think, quickly, but they did miss one there.
That's all right.
But I'm looking at that. Yeah, 85-60 is the score they've got in. So 14-6.
Pretty interesting game. Like, I think that's...
Yeah.
Iran expected this is definitely an Astra Militarum favoured matchup.
Yeah.
And I think both of them... Look, I think they both played it pretty well. I think if Brodie had have made the mistake with the Dawn, this would have been closer to a 17-18.
Yeah, as you heard them discussing at the end there, Brodie could have ordered his fallbacks in the other way around, which would have meant that even if he could or even if he did Overwatch and kill a tank, it would have been the Russ, not the Dawn. There's so much of a firepower differential there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
we've got Alex down in chat. We've seen this one before. Hey, Booth.
Yeah.
Sounds like something that you've done.
Well, look, I think the difference is that he has a lot less infantry in this list. This is pretty much all tanks. This is really here for teams. So there's no scouting Cassican, Mr. Priams. There's only tanks.
That's true. That's true. We've got Diffie down in chat. It is our pleasure, Diffie. I'm glad you feel involved, and it's a shame you couldn't be here That's Joshua Diffie from Gaming Arena there, also one of the WTC judges and state rep for Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, arguably the Dawn has a lot less AP. That's true, but it's just so many more dice, and with Cover and Armor of Contempt, the AP matters a lot less in this matchup than you think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got just too many guns. Too many guns.
It's got 6 melters.
6 melter guns. So many guns.
Yeah, it's wild.
It is wild.
But yeah, let's take a look at the whole team scores, which I believe are currently accurate. In fact, before we cut to that, we have another Gutierrez update. Final scores for Team Vic and Team SA. Let's hear it from Lawrence.
All right, so last 3 games for Team Vic versus SA, I got Tyrannies of Stu versus Demons. That's a 20-0 for Stu. And then we have Jeremy's CSM versus SA's Votan. That's unfortunate for Jess. This is 17-3 in favor of Votan. 13-7 for Votan. So that's the second win for SA. And the last one is Necrons of Jason versus Custodes. That is a 15-5. So bringing the total of Team Vic at 120 points.
That's a big win.
So the victory is in the bag. Thank you very much. Bye.
Gutierrez update.
Another fantastic Gutierrez update. 120 to 40 Victoria over South Australia.
How else do you manage to get a 20 with the NIDs?
It's impressive.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Yeah. And they're lovely painted too. He's got all the Malstrain Gene Stealers, the Necromunda ones, done up for his Gene Stealer units. They're really nice.
Just having a look around, looks like we're still getting some final scores just put in for the Team WA.
So we're still missing Greg versus Lachlan, but we have Michael House with a 19-1 win over John Edward. In fact, let me pull up this team summary here. 19-1 win over John Edward. We then have Kirby with a 13-7 win over Michael Horton. We have Alexander Inglesios with a 14-6 win over Courtney Hill.
Wow.
So a bit of an upset there. I think we were discussing the idea of that list struggling into Orcs because they just shoot so much of it.
Yep.
But chatting to the coaches and hearing how it went during the game, it was a case of they putting so much OC in the middle that the Orcs actually can't chew through it all, or can't chew enough OC to score points.
Yes, exactly.
Even if they are choosing through models.
Yep. So they're just not scoring the points, even though they are probably killing at a prolific rate. So.
Yeah. Now, a bit of an upset in the other direction, we do have Woody Woo taking a pretty brutal loss into Jordan Beresford on the Eldar with a 119 going WA's way. So that would have been pretty horrific to see, given how drawish it was for most of the game.
Yeah, for sure. The Eldar melee can put in a good amount of work if you're not careful, so looks like they got the better in that.
And then we have locked in, we have Ben Cookies 13-7, Brodie Middleton 14-6, Jordan McGregor 11-9. Do we have a Greg and Lockie verdict here, Carl? Greg versus Lockie Rig.
Looking for a Carl update currently.
It's the last pairing to come in. Eldar and Custodes. 11-9 to the Custodes, to Lockie Rig, which is it's a win, it's a good score, but not enough to pull WA back up into the draw bracket. That is a victory, a much needed victory for New South Wales, 94-66 over Western Australia, taking the round. Pretty brutal for WA. 2 losses in a row to teams that they felt comfortable going into. It's not a great way to start the event, but New South Wales drawing into Vic and winning against WA. Congratulations. That's pretty well done.
Absolutely, yeah. They'll be really happy with that. They got a lot of wins. Western Australia only won 2 pairings. One of them really big, one of them drawish. So quite an interesting round, actually.
Yeah, that was like pretty solid. Like a 14-6 win is pretty big. A 13-7 win's not small. It's still a 6-point differential. That means there's a 30-point difference between them. Oh, sorry. Why am I blanking on this? A 15-point difference between them. Oh, 15 to 20. So that's pretty big there. Now we're going to grab one of the coaches on from New South Wales. Sorry, the team captain from New South Wales. So please welcome Greg. Taylor, sorry. So not team captain in BCP, but the actual team captain getting in here. Alrighty. So, welcome Taylor. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Your microphone just here.
Oh, hello.
First things first, congratulations on the round, 94 to 66. You feeling pretty comfortable?
Yeah, it was good. Our predicted was 92, so
nice.
We felt pretty good about the draft.
Yeah.
The back end of the draft especially went really well for us. We had a bit of a surprise with obviously Wolves getting the 1, but Woody always says to me it's either 20 or 0, and this time he got a 1, so he lied to me again. So but like everything else was really good across the board. Team did really, really well.
Oh, absolutely. It's great to see you guys coming in so strong this weekend. Strong showing in round 1, even if you couldn't quite pull it out of the draw.
Yeah.
And then a very strong showing in round 2. We were just chatting about how consistent all of your scores were. Only 2 losses on the board at all.
Yeah, exactly. We have definitely built a composition where we're looking at that like wider win draw, where we're trying to win more games across the board, and that's where we feel like the successful drafting comes from. Definitely.
Yeah, fantastic. Speaking of drafting and the pairing process at the start, one of the questions we had, you had Brodie Middleton pair into Matt Morrisoli's Orcs in round 1.
We did,
and
yes.
managed to keep him to a 7-13, which is pretty good for more DACA. In this matchup, you had the opportunity to do the same thing, paired into Courtney Hill's Orcs, and that was put up. Is there a reason that you chose that, if you're happy to share that, to obviously on here?
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to drafting, depending on what we're looking at, we're forcing the Orcs to the back of the draft, where we had like 2 potential pins for them, and we were looking at trying to push those pins at a higher win. With Morrisoli versus Brodie in the first round, obviously that opportunity didn't arise during the draft, where obviously in this one that opportunity arose for us, so we're able to capitalize on that. Whether it was a different strategy or maybe a drafting error on the opposing team's behalf, we're not entirely sure, but ultimately that's why we made the decision. And we saw in this round with AdMech versus obviously Orcs, but something I think Victoria was aware of going into it, where maybe WA just wasn't aware that Hallowscreed definitely like being ultra mobile, ultra fast, able to pin Orcs in straight away, perfect mission to do it with Terraform, where you're able just to concede Terraforming primary off it as well. It's obviously like a very, very strong choice. I think what our AdMech player got a 14-6, so Alex and Glazos getting a 14-6 into what was the WA player's name?
Courtney Hill.
Yeah, so like that was obviously a really, really really good showing from him.
Yeah, and that's absolutely fantastic. If it weren't, the game we ended up having on stream ended up being really, really close as far as the gameplay went, so I was really glad to have it there. But that definitely would have been another great one to see on camera. Seeing AdMech, I believe you're the only AdMech list at the event?
Correct, we are the only AdMech team.
Yeah, and as we said before, if you want someone to play AdMech well, you want Alexander and Glazos to play them.
Yeah, exactly. Like literally during our team building, like almost early straight away, we're like, Alex, all right, you're on AdMech, let's build a list for it, let's work out what's good in the meta, let's go from there.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on this round. How are you feeling going into round 3 then?
Round 3
and for the rest of the event.
Yeah, like obviously feeling really good. I think we're versing ACT next by the looks of it. So potentially we've done a couple of games with them. We played them obviously at 8-man teams. I think when we played them at 8s, we got like 128 into them from memory,
Very nice,
something like that. We'll see how we go into this round. Obviously they have a little bit of a different lineup and a couple of different army choices, which
they've also had a very good showing so far today as well.
Such a underrated team sometimes, right? Where it's like a lot of people look at it and go, oh, like, not like, one of the big contenders, but man, they are a solid team. They have some great players like Dale, Rowan, like really cool stars. I think I played their Imperial Knights player. His name escapes me. I think his name's Cody. But yeah, like super solid players across the board, and Ewan as well. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing into them again.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. I'm definitely going to be watching your results as they come in. One last thing down in chat, we've got Just Dan up New South Wales and Connor Keaton saying nice pairings this round. Taylor, good work.
Thank you. But yeah, we'll be definitely pushing it from here. Obviously the goal this year is for New South Wales to hit the podium, so we're going to be pushing hard this year where we can.
All right, well, good luck to you. Good luck in the next round, and I'm sure we'll catch you again on stream later in the event. Thank you for joining me here.
No, thank you. Pleasure.
Good luck. Congratulations on the round.
Thank you so much. And thanks everyone.
All right, so I think that pretty much wraps up this round. Do we have any updates from the other pairings? ACT won theirs, yep, so in fact I can pull this up here, can't I, rather than asking Carl every 5 seconds. So we have the overall results from this round. We have New South Wales winning over Western Australia 94-66 in the feature match. We have Queensland winning over New Zealand South on 112-48, so another pretty big win. We have Victoria on an even bigger win over South Australia, 120-40. We have ACT drawing New Zealand North with 84-76, and we have Northern Territory losing to Tasmania, with Tasmania scoring 111 over their 49. Alrighty, so we'll be back fairly soon. I'm being told by Carl, looking at the next pairings that are coming in for round 3. So pairings for round 3, I believe, are already up.
Yep, looks like.
Give me one moment.
I think this will be our last opportunity. We're figuring out what game we want to have on stream, chat. Maybe you in chat can say, what do you want to be on stream? It could be anyone.
When are we going to do Queensland Vic?
Anyone can find out. Put in your super chats. See who you want.
I won't really want to do
All right, so a bit of a chatter there in real time there, chat. But we do have Queensland versus Victoria for round 3.
That's big.
That's
This
a
is
hectic
the
pairing.
grudge
That is
match, one could say.
It is. It's the reigning champions versus the previous reigning champions, and returning to try and reclaim the title. We have Team Queensland versus Team Victoria. We will have some very cheeky updates going on. We are going to take a bit of a break, a very, very brief one, and be back at 4:45, I think.
Don't go anywhere. Go get a copy.
I say that, double checking our schedule.
Go get some biscuits, maybe a light snack. Be right back here very, very soon.
Well, not even that. We're going to take an incredibly brief break, and then be right back
Literally
with
just
pairings for Queensland.
Go to the
Vic.
bathroom, come back. We're straight into pairings.
Yep.
Should be very fun.